Good afternoon, St. Louis. DGS 1041 FM KMOX, voice of St. Louis. Which means I'm the voice of St. Louis right now.
You are.
That's right. I speak for the city. It's going to be a bad show.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I took bad notes last night.
I
looking
gotcha.
at them, and one of them at the top usually goes like at the top with my A material.
Okay.
It's the pure gold.
Yeah.
And then as you get towards the bottom, it's like, maybe we'll talk about it. So near the top, I have, I dislike Eva Longoria. Yeah.
That's valid.
Why?
Not going to be a strong show.
That's valid.
Why is that Val? I don't know one way or the other. Like, why?
So she is now doing In Search of Spain, like Stanley Tucci did In Search of Italy. And I just
all
don't
right.
like her.
Okay.
Like, Stanley has some charm.
Yeah.
And somehow makes him tasting ravioli dramatic. And Eva just, it's just like an hour of her going, oh, it's so delicious. And like, And now I don't like her. I have a problem. There's something wrong with me. I'm never going to meet her. She's never going to know my name. She's just doing a television show. When people don't like me, it's like all I'm doing is offering free content. You know, if you don't like me, don't listen. And yet I'm just as bad as all the people that don't like me. Oh, Eva Longoria.
Do you watch the program?
I tried. I watched
Okay.
like 3 episodes, and I really tried to hang in. I just kept thinking, I don't like her.
Well, at least you're not continuing to watch it after that point.
Yeah, I'm not a hate watcher.
Yeah, I don't get the hate watching people. It's never made sense to me.
Also, know what I noticed? So, this is too much detail for this point, but I have a Samsung TV, and and I have YouTube television. But when I turn it on, it's always on the same channel, and it's always MacGyver, 24/7 MacGyver.
Nice.
Yeah, and so every day, evening, when I turn on my television, I am forced to watch like 15 seconds of MacGyver. And that's from 80s, probably, maybe 90s era.
Yeah, I'd say 80s.
And it just, you know how I'm always saying, like, life was different in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, and it's so different, and it doesn't feel like the same thing at all. I realized that era had no irony. I get the MacGyver was like a lark, you know, and there's like a joke there that he can make anything out of it. I get that. But they present it, and the actors present it completely straight.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Like Steven Seagal movies.
Yes.
Like,
yes,
they're hilarious, but
yes.
like, no, they don't think so.
It's like we hadn't, probably not until The Simpsons had we really developed a sense of irony. And now it feels like we've gone too far. Like, everything's kind of ironic, right? Very, very little, it seems, is just presented for what it is. Mm-hmm. Here you go.
It can be hard to parse the world through the many veils of irony that it's now presented to us.
Very well said. You should go home. You're not going to say anything smarter than that today. Love it. That was really good.
Perfect.
Do you guys
Yeah.
think it's
I won't
just
say another
because,
word.
because let's say in the past, that stuff would have been filtered out, and now there's just so many outlets, it's there.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of taking up a bigger space, even if it's the same amount total. It's actually getting to the screen as opposed to not.
Yeah, and I realized that philosophers have been, quote unquote, looking at life for millennia, going all the way back. But it just seemed like during that era, we just accepted life and just lived it. And we didn't parse it out, to steal my genius's sentence there, but we just did it. You got up in the morning, you non-ironically had breakfast, you went to school or work, you came home, you swam in your pool, you went to your girlfriend's house. I'm just thinking of things that I did. And you just did them without a lot of self-analysis. So this is difficult. It's difficult to know whether I'm just living my life, and now that I'm the age I am and I've had the experiences that I've had, that I'm more self-analytical.
You're aware of everything more.
And so I'm going like, life used to be so different. Well, yeah, because you used to be 19 and you didn't care.
It's always been my philosophy that the world isn't what changes. We are the ones that change.
You may be very well right.
Yeah. Like, you know, because everything seems great when you're a kid.
Yeah.
Everything seems pretty great if you're 18, 19, 20 and you got freedom and you don't have that many responsibilities and you got a little bit of money and it's just enough for you to have fun. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Here's a self-analytical thing about me. And, Rach, I think you're better than me, but you're a little bit like me. I was with a friend the other day, and while we were having a meal together, he said, oh, crap, I need to call my doctor. Give me a second. And he called his doctor, and he made an appointment. And I was fascinated. If I had to do that, it's a 3-week job. Like, there's a lot of procrastination. There's, I called once and no one answered, so I hung up. He just raw dogged it. There's no one who's just like calling their doctor. You feel me?
Yeah, but maybe they did it while they were talking to you as some sort of like weird compulsion, because that doesn't seem like the ideal time to call your doctor
Right.
when you're hanging out with your friend. Maybe it was just like, I finally got the courage to do it. Maybe I'll do it now.
Could be.
But I get what you're saying. I have a return that I need to make.
Oh, damn, so do I.
My 60 days are about to run out.
Oh.
It is so hard to make a return.
I've never done it. Ever.
Yeah, it's
Don't
not
blame you.
hard. It's like,
Oh, it sounds hard.
it's an added thing.
I think it is hard.
Yeah, I mean, not depends on what. Like, an Amazon return's pretty easy. You just go on the website and you're like, I'm returning this, and they're okay. Here's where you go. And for us, it's like the Kohl's right by us. You just go there and take it to the back, and
Everything you just said is horrible.
yeah, I mean,
Well, now that is the easy. I heard they're getting rid of that in a lot of stores, but that is the easy way to do it.
yeah.
With an Amazon thing is to take it to Kohl's, and you just like throw it at them and run away. Like you don't have to box it, you don't have to
You're like,
label it.
"Here."
Yeah, you just go like here.
Yeah, I was going to take it this morning to a UPS location right down the street from work here.
Yeah.
I pulled up. I was like, I am not going in that building.
Yeah.
It looked like the pawn shop from Pulp Fiction. I'm like, nothing good is going to happen if I walk in those doors. So now I have to like find another location. It just, I've been putting it off for like 55 days. The 60 days is running out.
Do they have one of those near any of your shopping grocery stores where they have a
No.
UPS store attached?
No.
What are you returning, if I may ask?
Some shirts that I ordered that I like very impulsively was like, I'll wear these. And then I got them and tried them on. I'm like, these suck. So now I'm going to return them and get my money back.
Oh, man.
People who do it, they're my superiors. I grant you. But it's just like, I don't know. Let's say I'm returning something that's $30. When it comes time to do it, I would pay $100 to not go.
I understand.
So it's pretty easy to eat the 30.
Yeah, I'm not great at this. Susan's really great at this stuff. But I'll do it, but I got to find an excuse for me being in that general area for a specific other reason first. Like Target and Kohl's are kind of in the same place. If I'm going to one, I'm like, all right, well, I can just swing in there and do that now. But I don't know that I want to make a special trip to do it.
Yeah.
Even though it's literally a mile from my house.
Yeah.
But I will eventually. If I get to that deadline, I will do that.
Yeah. Phoebe's boyfriend is coming in for the weekend, and we're going to cook at the house, and we're going to make s'mores. And so Maureen said, can you pick up stuff for s'mores? And I already needed to go to Schnucks to get those bags you put leaves in.
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't want to do either. But I went to Schnucks, I got the bags, and I'm like, I could go get s'more stuff tomorrow. How bad is that?
I'm not going to lie, that's nuts.
Yeah, that's
You're literally
insane.
there.
I'm in the store.
You're talking about like maybe a minute and a half, 2
Yes.
minutes of walking.
No, that's why I'm bringing it up. I get it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a...
See, if this were an intervention, I'd be like, guys, I have a drinking problem. You'd be like, boy, do you?
That's
Oh, man, man.
Dave, that's a step too far, friend.
Yeah. I need help.
Did you go order it online so it can get delivered?
Kind of. Because we needed one of those fake fire logs you can cook food over, and they didn't have them. So I'm like, Amazon will do it. Be there at 4 a.m. Nothing creepy about that.
Oh, man.
No, I got it bad. I got whatever it is I got it bad. Procrastination has been top 3 worst things in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good at that, too.
Are you?
Yeah. I mean, but I get to the deadline. I will pass. I will make it by the deadline. But it takes me a while to get there.
If there weren't deadlines?
Yeah. Yeah. If there's a deadline, I'm like, all right, I will do this thing. But, it's like there are just so many more interesting things to do other than that.
The
thing.
example that always comes to mind, when I was in law school, we would get a week off to study. And my first exam season is everything. You're going to find out if you're at the top of the class, the bottom of the class. You're going to find out where you rank. And so I am great at planning. I really am. Like when Nick and I drive to Florida, I love it. I love, okay, it's going to take us 5 hours to Nashville, then it's going to take us 8 hours to Atlanta. We're going to stop here, and we're going to this, and we're going to that. And I remember filling out the most beautiful study week schedule you've ever seen. Okay, day one, half day contracts. Second half of the day, criminal law. Boom. You know what I did the first 5 days? Swore to God. I watched the Flintstones, and I went outside and I threw rocks at a tree. For 5 days.
Because you needed the pressure of the deadline.
Yes. Every time I'd sit down, I'm like, and here we go. This is how you study for law school. And then I'd be like, boy, I should go throw some rocks at that tree. I wonder if anyone else has it as bad as me. This could be.
That's pretty normal.
You know how you like rank? Like, there's something I'm the best at for me, and there's something I'm the worst at. And then my best is going to compare to your best.
Right, on another thing. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering, I might be in the top 1%.
Of worst procrastinators?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Anything you guys got like that? Where you'd like, one of my worst attributes might put me in the Olympics of this
Yeah, I mean,
event.
Mine is more of forgetfulness. So to me, like that whole idea, like I got to return this. It won't be every day going, nope, not today. Nope, not today. It'll be a month later going, oh, crap. That thing's been sitting literally on the counter, and I completely forgot it was there.
Yeah.
Like, that's me.
I'm
and
a
it's
not today
always
guy.
And it's always the simplest things, like the basic things. It's like big things, I'm fine. I'll remember those.
Yeah.
I'll remember what Lou Gehrig hit in 1927 for the Yankees, but I will not remember to take out the garbage unless I have an alert.
406.
Unless I have an alert on my phone. It was 372.
Damn it. I was watching the Burns thing, and it was Ted Williams when he was going for 400.
Oh, yeah.
And he was down to 399.5.
Yep.
And they told him to sit out the last game.
Yep.
And he didn't, and he went like 3 for 4 or something like that.
Yeah.
People didn't like Ted, though. I was kind of surprised. I knew they didn't like Ty Cobb.
Yeah, I mean, different reasons.
Yeah.
But Ted was just real serious. You know, he played hard. He talked, he kind of was like a no nonsense kind of guy.
Yeah.
And I think that's, some people are put off by that. Although when he was older, he was a pretty popular guy.
Is he the guy on the MLB logo?
No, I don't think so. I forget who that is, though. I don't think it's Ted.
Sure looks like him.
Yeah, I don't think it's Ted.
Let's Google it.
Yeah,
no,
I'm
isn't
gonna do
that that's David West?
That's Jerry
that's
West, and that's
Jerry
the
West.
NBA.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. I thought you.
What did I tell you? What did I tell you? I told you to stop. You said the smartest thing I've ever heard you say, and then you're like, isn't that Pistol Pete Maravich in the MLS?
According to MLB.com, and I'm guessing they know pretty well, the MLB logo was designed in 1968, and they think that it's Harmon Killebrew.
Oh.
It says popularly thought to be Hall of Famer Harmon Killebrew. So even MLB.com doesn't seem to be clear about this.
Right.
Maybe it's just one of those things like that's who the guy used but didn't want to say it. And
Rach, if we did the rest of the hour on this, would you just quit?
No, but I would probably get like some Netflix going on
Rach
the
was like,
computer.
what? I missed that.
Oh, Harmon Killebrew.
I mean, you guys could just
Yes,
be making
yes.
things up to mess with me. I wouldn't know.
That's a good topic right there. Like if you started not that this is your version of baseball, but if you started talking about Taylor Swift songs, you could be just completely
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Or a reality
she did Froggy
TV
did
show.
Accordion and
Yeah.
he did Ride. I'm like, oh.
Well, that's what you guys did to me on the reality when it was the day you were out. This was a couple of years ago. And you guys were doing what was it? The Real Housewives names? Like, you could literally be making these up. I have no idea who these people are. It's like
We did
Scooby Magoo. I don't know
Real
who
or
Scooby
fake
Magoo is.
housewives names.
Yeah.
And Kevin fell for a lot of them.
You guys have all this fun when I'm gone.
Yeah.
You got to get creative.
Guess so. Smart mouth?
Yeah, so SmartMouth has a unique dual chamber bottle that keeps their two powerful solutions separate until you're ready to rinse your mouth. When you pour these two solutions into the cup, you are activating Smart Zinc technology. The zinc ion activation is the key to eliminating and preventing sulfur gas, aka bad breath, and the secret to all day fresh breath. You are not going to find this Smart Zinc technology in any of the competing brands. That means those brands aren't actually going to eliminate your bad breath at the source. They're just going to mask it, and your bad breath will come creeping back, but not with SmartMouth.
Yeah, I hate to just keep being the poster child for gingivitis boy, but if you have some when you brush your teeth and you spit it out, there's a little blood in the toothpaste, you have gingivitis. It can be mild, it can be very serious, but the doctors are now prescribing, although it's not a prescription, it's over the counter, obviously, but they are saying, here's what you need to do. First, you need to see the dentist more. Second, you need to take better care of your teeth. Third, you need to use the Gum Health or Clinical, it's called both, formula for Smart Mouth, because that will stop gingivitis in its tracks. I know from personal experience. To save $2.50 off, go to smartmouth.com/Glover.
Here's a few questions for you from California Psychics. Do your workdays seem to go on forever? Is your career progression as fast as downtown traffic? Or does your boss still not know your name?
Hey, you, Tina, Lisa, Sheila, whatever. Get that report to me by lunch, okay? It's Carrie, ma'am. Just get it done, Terry.
It's time to read the career warning signs and talk to California Psychics. We're always on hand to give you the career guidance you need. You see, we only connect you with the very best. In fact, 98% of the psychics who apply to work with us don't make the grade. That's why we can guarantee if your reading isn't life-changing, it's free. So you could soon be telling your boss where to stick that report.
Where are you going, Terry? Terry!
Experience the joy of certainty. California Psychics. Call 1-800-PREDICT today and get 20 minutes for just $20.
Hi, my name is Christina Straight, the owner of Straight Realty, and I'm asking you, what do you want in a realtor? Do you want experience? I've been a broker for over 21 years. Do you want to know how much I've sold? I've sold over $500 million, yes, $1 billion with a B, in sales. Do you want value? I now list properties for only 2%. So, if you're looking for all these things and want the best, then call me 314-441-4444. Why pay more than 2? You can also listen to my podcast on my website, straightrealty.com.
Commissions are not regulated and are negotiable. Straight Realty is a licensed broker in the state of Missouri.
Ford is built for America, from America. Hi, I'm Andrew Suntrup. There's never been a better time to buy a Ford at Suntrup Ford Kirkwood or Suntrup Ford Westport. Right now, everyone pays employee pricing, tariff-free, and no hidden increases. Drive home in the Ford you've always wanted, built with pride at a price you can trust. Hurry in, these offers won't last. Visit Suntrup Ford Kirkwood or Suntrup Ford Westport, or shop online at suntrupford.com. Save more at Suntrup Ford.
Hey, it's Trish, ready to do that bathroom remodel? While many companies are raising prices due to tariff uncertainty, Michael's Bass is doing the opposite. They're offering $500 off any shower or tub replacement and $1,000 off a full bathroom remodel, turning market challenges into savings for their customers. Michael's Bass remodel bathrooms all over St. Louis, 5-star reviews on Google, and A+ rating with the BBB. Locally owned, family owned, Michael's Bass, 636-775-0800 or michaelsbass.com.
News, talk, cards. 104.1 FM KMOX.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX 124. I would appreciate your input either on the stream where you can make comments or just on Facebook or Twitter or wherever. I'm going to be doing a new venture, and I'm going to be expanding and doing a freestanding podcast. Right now we have a podcast that's the show cut up and put out as a podcast. It does really, really well, millions of downloads every year. And because of that, we're going to do a new podcast. And I'm curious what you guys would prefer. And we're kind of down to doing what I do anyway, this thing that we've developed of just sort of everything and, you know, funny and silly and you know, comprehensive, that we would do that, but it could be freer and dirtier. I'm not looking to just say the F word all the time, because I get to do that 20 hours a day. But just a different version of the DGS, or to do something more niche like paranormal. What would you guys rather do? What would you rather hear?
I would probably rather hear like another version of the DGS, me personally, but I've never been like super into the paranormal stuff, like to the level you are anyway. So,
Well, there's two worries because we're obviously trying to make this national. The national, people aren't going to know who I am. And they would have to have it marketed to them and go, oh, he seems clever. Let me listen. And then they like the show. The problem with like the paranormal one is there's everyone and their cousin Cooter have a paranormal podcast. And again, it's like if it's just, another paranormal podcast by a guy who I don't know, then it's kind of a double bar to entry.
I would just say as wide as possible because you want to appeal to as many people as possible.
I like the way you think.
And it's a good starting point if the people that already like this show and the podcast that comes with this.
Yeah.
It's a good starting point to have some of them on board.
Andrew, you said one smart thing today. What do you think?
I think I think that I think Kevin's wrong. I think his name was David West, not Jerry West. I think that's the key thing to take away. No,
I said
think
Jerry West.
No, I know I said David West.
Oh, okay.
I think that you already have something of a built-in audience, and those are the most successful podcasts. Usually, are the ones that already have, when David Spade is like, I'm going to start a podcast or whatever, and he already has the built-in audience of like people who enjoy David Spade. I'm sure they're out there. I don't know any, but there probably are a few. And I think I think your concerns of, it needs to be marketed to them so that because, what if they don't know who I am? Well, that's kind of all podcasts. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
All podcasts do need a certain level of like marketing to them. And we do have the support of a company that can market it.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't worry too much about that. I think that
all good advice.
Yeah, I think that's less of a concern for you than it is for a lot of people who would want to start a podcast. So I wouldn't let that stop me from doing anything.
We'll be huge in Denver regardless of what we do.
I know that's right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
The Denver thing is just bizarre.
I know. It makes me laugh.
It's great.
It really does.
It's just one of those things. Like, yeah, who knows?
And Korea.
Oh?
Mm-hmm.
Big in Korea.
Oh, nice. Yeah. North?
When it comes to baseball in St. Louis, there's one station that's all in. KMOX. At noon, it's the Gas House Game.
Let's talk some baseball.
Smart, unfiltered conversation with real baseball minds. At 5, the Redbird Rush Hour delivers sharp insight, fresh takes, and the latest from inside the clubhouse.
Now the pitch.
And when it's game time, we bring you every single pitch, all season long.
It's a gunner!
Others talk sports. We live Cardinals baseball. 104.1 FM, KMOX.
We started Neovitin because we wanted to create a multivitamin for ourselves. That's why we focus on quality ingredients and formulas with our multivitamins. Neovitin 50 Plus multivitamins are formulated with over 20 vitamins and minerals, along with our 4-ingredient physician-formulated proprietary blend for the highest quality daily nutritional support. Give Neovitin 50 Plus multivitamins a try for yourself. Find them at your local Schnucks, Deerbergs, and online at neovitin.com.
Hey, St. Louis homeowners, are you thinking about upsizing, downsizing, or relocating this year? This is Debbie Monterey, and when life happens and you need to sell your home, I recommend you speak with trusted realtor Gloria Liu with Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. Gloria understands every seller situation is unique, which is why she's created custom programs to fit every home seller's needs. Many people move out of necessity, like for a new job or financial challenges, and that's why Gloria's created her Guaranteed Multiple Cash Offer program, giving you up to 6 of the best offers with at least 1 at 100% of market value, or Gloria will pay you the difference. Plus, you sell faster. Gloria did this for the Miller family in Clayton and got them more money than they were expecting and within their time frame. Gloria did it for them. She can do it for you. Get your offers today by calling Gloria Liu at 314-325-6888 or online at gloriahasthebuyers.com. Gloria and seller must agree on price and possession date. gloriahasthebuyers.com.
Dave Murray's weather forecast is sponsored by Jerry Kelly Heating and Air Conditioning and Electrical.
Periods of showers will continue on this Thursday afternoon. There will be a rumble of thunder here and there, but nothing severe to be concerned about at all. It's kind of cool, 60s to near 70. Tonight, clouds and showers, 57 Friday. Beautiful day, mostly sunny, 75 on Friday afternoon, 59 Friday night with clear skies. Weekends a little more like summer, a little more like it should be. Saturday and Sunday, sunshine 84 each day. I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
While you might not give a hoot about this week's space launch, you sure as sunshine care when your AC goes down. Well, good news, a Jerry Kelly per-producing tune-up is just 98 smackers right this very moment. $98.
JerryKelly.com. Hey, this is Charlie Brennan. Have you noticed loose bricks or missing mortar around your house? On the walls, the patios, the walkways, the porch, or the chimneys? If so, you need to call Morelli Tuck Pointing. 314-645-1387. You might need one of two things: solid tuck pointing, the removal of old mortar with the replacement of new mortar throughout an entire wall or chimney, or maybe just spot tuck pointing. Spot tuck pointing involves the tuck pointing of a particular wall, a chimney, or other masonry surface in an area where it's needed the most. One example might be settlement cracks, usually found above or below windows or doorways. 314-645-1387. Call the company that the Brennans have called when we've needed tuck pointing. Morelli Tuck Pointing, the masonry specialists. Winner of the Angie's List Super Service Award every year since 2005. 314-645-1387, MorelliTuckPointing.com.
Cards manager Ollie Marble joins the Gas House Gang every Tuesday at noon. Sponsored by Siteman Cancer Center on the voice of the Cardinals. 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Welcome back, guys. DGS 132. Shelly has a good idea on the paranormal stuff. She says, why don't you just do both? Paranormal Tuesdays. The big reason not to, Shelly, is because I think they want once a week, but
it's not a day. Okay.
But it's my show. I can do twice a week. I mean, podcasters are lazy. Lazy ass. One a week?
Yeah.
Seriously?
One a week that's like an hour and a half, and they're like some of the ones I listen to, they'll be like complaining like, "Oh boy, that's you don't know how
out on the field."
Yeah, they're like, "You don't know how rough this is." I'm like, "Yeah, you know what? I think I might."
Yeah.
I think I might. We do 20
good idea.
We do 20 hours a week.
Yeah. So that's a good idea, Shelly. So, Rach, you have the back of a child abuser?
Oh, I didn't say I have her back. I just said, who among us is going to cast the first stone here? Pardon me. There was a woman who was arrested after a flight. She was in Disney World with a group, and I guess she was sitting with a child. We don't know how she was related to this child, if she was related to this child, but they were in the same group at Disney World, flying back to their home together. I guess this little boy called her fat and called her Miss Piggy enough times that she did start to hit him, and she took his head and smashed it against the window.
In a plane?
In a plane. She said he was being very rude and disrespectful to her during their time together. She allegedly slammed the child's head into the window. And a witness told police the woman was not correcting the child. She was abusing the child. They also said that she was whipping the S out of the kid.
I can throw the first rock on this one.
I might be willing to. I could be convinced.
I mean, what a crappy little kid. What a hurtful thing to do.
Yeah, it is mean.
But you don't get to touch someone who says things to you. You certainly don't get to touch a kid, and you don't get to smash their head into a window because they're calling you Miss Piggy.
Smash is doing a lot of work there. Yeah, the word smash is a very specific word to it paints a picture.
It's just funny that they included the fat Miss Piggy thing in the story as if to be like, she didn't just fly off the
Right.
handle here. Like, this wasn't without cause.
Right. They want everyone to hate this kid.
Right.
Right. Which we do. I mean, I get it. I saw a story where they were coming from Disney and they had a 2-hour delay. And on the plane, this girl who was about 6 decided to entertain everyone by singing 2 solid hours of Disney tunes.
Oof.
And the story's just like, oh, sometimes the world just goes right. That kid's coming closer to getting a head smash than this Piggy kid.
That kid's getting the whipping the S or whatever.
Yeah.
it
So,
is,
like,
they said.
You can't be slamming the head into the windows. You can't be closed fist hitting a kid, right?
Oh,
Like,
here
this
comes
is-
some smack support.
This is
Wow,
this is
we
different.
are
This is different.
We
but
are about to rationalize the hell out of this.
I'm asking a question.
Yes.
If she slaps a 13-year-old smartass boy, is that abuse?
Yes. In my
Boy.
book.
Because, I mean, that was our life.
Oh, I know. My life was abuse.
I mean, like, that was
Yes, I
everybody.
understand
If you
this.
smart-mouthed off to your friend's parent, they'd smack you.
Yes, I had a childhood full of felonies.
Yeah.
Most of my peers did.
Is there an age where it changes? High school, maybe? Or is it
No,
like...
no,
Okay. So
no.
adult.
You can't physically assault someone.
Okay.
There's a difference. I never spanked, and I don't say that like I'm so cool and
Right.
you're so not.
Yeah, I didn't either.
But I just didn't because I was severely spanked, and I didn't want to carry that on.
Yeah.
But I don't support people spanking, but I would defend them.
Right, I understand
using
it.
corporal
Right.
punishment. But I think smacking someone in the face, even just the aesthetic of it, is different.
Yeah.
More humiliating.
Yeah, I mean, the reason I'm asking is because we grew up where it would not have been crazy for an
No.
adult to smack you.
No.
If you were mouthing off.
No, it
Not
would
at
not.
all. I mean, it would have been not a thing, and your parents would have said you shouldn't have run your mouth.
Could have happened at a barbecue in front
Right.
of everyone in the neighborhood.
And I wasn't spanked a lot. I was, but it's maybe a few times, like nothing crazy.
we talking Susan or we talking parents?
Well, that's different.
Okay.
That's by choice.
Okay.
And I
Open
didn't,
hand?
Yeah, of course. And didn't spank my kid. And a lot of it, like I planned on not, and I didn't ever really need to. I didn't have any times where I'm like, I really want to. Not once, because kind of a mild-mannered kid, and it was easier not to. And she responded to other discipline.
Yeah.
But I also, again, we all grew up, especially if you got to be a teenager. If you got to be a teenager and you were doing that kind of, you're getting smacked. Now, if that kid's 5,
Yeah.
nothing is okay ever.
The one that stands out in my mind, I could make a movie of this. I was probably 13 or 14, and my mom and I were always super close. But I think most young boys and their moms go through a period where you're fighting a lot. I don't know, Andrew, if you did, but my mom and I did. And my mom was standing in the kitchen, and I was standing in the next room, and she got so mad at me, I'm sure for a good reason. And she threw a shoe at me, and I caught it and immediately threw it back,
Ooh.
and she didn't see it coming.
Oh, no.
And it hit her in the nose.
Oh, no.
Yes. And she gave me the when your dad gets home, and I
Yeah.
had learned through experience that was not an idle threat.
No.
I can't tell you how many cold whippings I had from my dad. Where the poor guy would walk in after climbing scaffolds all day in a 98-degree day, and she'd just lied into him like, you have no idea what I went through today. And he did this and he did that. So my dad would just be like, okay, get over my knee. And he was not passionate about it. I was not passionate about it. But, whipping had to be meted out.
There's a lot that I don't understand about this story with this lady. Like, first of all, you're that sensitive that a child's insults set you off. Like, you definitely need help. Like, I don't mean that jokingly. Like, you definitely do if you're that sensitive.
I don't know. Kids can really get under your skin.
I get it, but they're kids. You should be able to ignore a child and be like, that's a little bratty kid. It's not really, doesn't mean a damn thing, yes or no. And also, if you're there with a group and can't you go to their parent, hey, your kid's being a little jerk here. Can you do something about it?
Yeah.
And the parent should do something about it.
You would think if she were the parent, they would have noted that in the story.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not, then you definitely can't hit another person's kid.
No, but why are you not going to the parent and saying you should be come get your kid. Come get your kid. Your kid's being a brat. And that parent should be coming and taking care of their kid.
Well, let me ask you this. The law is, and to my knowledge always has been, pardon me, that you can't retaliate for words with physical action.
Right.
If you were starting
Unless
this
it's a threat.
If you were starting this whole thing all over again, would you change that? Kev, if we're in a bar and I'm drunk and I'm hitting on Susan and I'm getting ugly, should you be able to pop me in the nose?
Yes.
I kind of agree. Like, even legally.
But
I
to a
kind of
degree,
agree.
to a degree, because you're drunk, that is somewhat of a threat. If you're getting ugly, if you're going past a line.
Yeah.
If you're just being silly, we should just leave and leave you alone. And that's kind of what I'm saying. Like, words shouldn't result in anything unless it's a threat. If there's a threat, then people need to take that seriously because people follow through on threats.
So if it's not threatening, if it's just really
threats are not
insulting-
protected speech, right?
Right, but I'm saying if it's not a threat, but it's really ugly speech, you still think we have it right. Got to walk away.
I think it's better that way because you're also, if it's better for you too. Like in that case, it would be better for me to just walk away.
No good can come from
because once you're in those situations, things can go bad really fast.
Yeah, no good can come from it. Like worst case scenario or best case scenario, like you hit somebody and then like maybe you get in some sort of stupid
so once
legal
again,
trouble.
the movies have lied to us.
I mean,
yeah,
to
I think
a degree, but I will tell you.
Don't forget that guy that you just popped in the nose because he was getting too drunk and or whatever. Like maybe he pulls out a gun and shoots you. Or
that's why I'm
shoot
saying
somebody else.
But I will tell you this: in that scenario, I would need someone to talk me down because I know where my mind's going to go.
Yeah,
I mean, I think that's a hard thing to do in a moment where it's so present and in your face.
Rach, you're a Grafton fighter. What do you think?
I think calling someone Miss Piggy is definitely a threat. And no, I think you should avoid physical violence at all costs.
Rachel's just imagining herself slamming that kid's head into the window over and over again.
Again, like I'm kidding when I say let us cast the first stone on this one. Like obviously she shouldn't have done it. I just think it's pretty hilarious that they were like, but he did call her Miss Piggy and he said she was fat. Like, you didn't have to put that in the story at all. Like the story could have just been, she was beating on this kid on the plane and then she got arrested.
The
but
tone
like,
of the story.
Provide a little backstory.
The tone of the story is like, but was she all wrong?
But if a little kid sets you off, you should be seeking help. Because you're definitely on the edge.
I don't know if I agree with that.
No, I mean, look,
little kids can set you off.
They can, but you gotta control your
I agree, you gotta control yourself.
It was rude the whole Disney trip.
This is what I'm saying: is if a kid sets you off by being a kid and like stupid insults, like "Oh, you're fat," you're too on the edge.
If a kid calls me Miss Piggy, I'm gonna get mad.
You're gonna get mad, yes, of course.
Am I the only one that found Miss Piggy attractive?
No. And you know what? Beppy Cat
Rachel
is making
didn't think you were gonna say that.
No, I love Miss Piggy and Kermit's relationship. Like, there's something wrong with me where I'm like, this is kind of hot. Beppy Cat says Miss Piggy is crazy glamorous.
Yeah,
she is crazy glamorous.
She is. I mean, she looks good, but you know the kid was saying it
like
as
her
a
makeup.
dig. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got great eyelashes.
Great singer.
How do we reconcile all of this though with the nobody finds out anymore when they blank around? Like, people really love to run their mouths and instigate people on purpose, and they don't pay for it like they used to. Again, right or wrong, but is that better for us with the way people act now?
Dave Hines says, Glove, thanks for saying that. I thought I was alone. No, you're not, Dave.
This segment is really making me laugh because all four of us keep going, you absolutely should never hit somebody. And then 10 seconds later, we're like, well, actually, you know what? No, maybe.
Well,
I
it
don't know.
sets
Maybe
off
you
questions,
should.
right?
Maybe you should hit them.
I mean, one of the things that we discuss a lot is that people act wild now because they know there's no physical consequence for doing so. And is that better than the alternate universe? And I don't think I'm saying yes or no. I think it's a good question.
It is a good question.
One of the things I'm a nerd about is the Old West. And from my understanding, it wasn't like people shooting each other in the streets on a daily basis.
Right.
It was the opposite. The fact that there was very little law and you could get a beating or you could get shot, people were courteous.
You kept your mouth shut.
Kept your mouth shut.
Unless you had too much whiskey. And then it was too bad for you. See you later.
The whiskey really stresses me out when I'm watching Westerns because they just put it back and I'm like, you're going to be so hungover. You don't have access to like Pedialyte.
Did they water it down
so
back then?
hot out.
Yeah.
Did they water it down back then?
I don't
I
know.
hope so.
I'm with Rach. Like, I grew up watching soap operas with my mom. and they always had whiskey in a crystal decanter.
Yep.
And of course, I'd never smelled alcohol. My mom and dad didn't drink, so I had no idea how nasty it was. But it just
It
looked
so fantastic.
good. Dropping an ice cube in a glass and tinkling it around.
Yeah.
Oh, I was the
While you
same
make
way.
your
And
schemes.
it was soap operas.
Oh.
And I remember like a specific period of time having cherry Dr. Pepper in the fridge, and I would pour myself like a tumbler of that, and I'd be
Oh.
like, this is probably exactly
Two
how the
fingers
bourbon
of Diet
I
tastes.
used to
Pepper.
put
Exactly.
Pepsi in a wine glass, and I'm like, yeah, this is probably about what wine tastes like.
My friend Eddie and I used to play bar. He had an island. They were rich.
Oh.
And we would make Kool-Aid, and the bar snacks were dry spaghetti. But we would play. It'd be like, how's the missus? He's like, oh, don't get me started. Hit me again with the Kool-Aid, double sugar.
Rhino Shield is engineered to outlast paint by a lot, backed with our 25-year transferable warranty. Paint a house, shield a home. We do brick, block, stucco, asbestos, steel, aluminum, cedar, and more. We are the only coating company selected by Disney, This Old House, and 3 times on HGTV's Curb Appeal, where all 3 episodes concentrate on unpainted brick. If you maintain or own a business with a tired-looking building, you owe it to yourself to look at Rhino Shield and our beautifully durable color schemes. Evaluations are free. We're making buildings pop and be noticed again, from Champaign to the Lake of the Ozarks, exceeding expectations every day with our products, people, and performance. Now is the time to call 877-25-RHINO, 877-25-RHINO, or go to 877-25rhino.com and see how honest and transparent we really are. Tell them, ladies.
Don't paint, don't vinyl, go Rhino Shield. Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
Hi, this is Charlie Brennan. I see clearly now thanks to the doctors, Greg Birdie, Ranjan Malhotra, Robert Brusati, and Andy Royer. You can too. YourEyeDoc.com.
Now is the perfect time to start on your next success. An accredited state university, University of Maryland Global Campus offers online and hybrid courses. Plus, you can earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning and work experience, or transfer up to 12 credits toward a master's. No application fee if you apply by May 30th. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2025 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, starting at just $98 a pair.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aid.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Looking for the perfect townhome in St. Peters? Don't miss the display grand opening of the Townsend Linneman, Saturday, June 7th from 12 to 5 p.m. Tour our brand new decorated display, enjoy appetizers, and enter our prize giveaway. Visit us and discover luxury 2 to 3 bedroom townhomes with 2-car attached garages and unparalleled community amenities, including a pool, pool house, dog park, and more. Plus, enjoy pre-construction pricing up to $25,000 off. Visit us just south of 364 west of Jung Station Road. For more details, visit lombardohomes.com.
Rach was just saying that she thinks they came out with a new Muppets where Kermit has a different girlfriend, and she was upset because she thought that he and Miss Piggy had children.
I thought they did at one point, but I might be thinking of a Muppet Christmas Carol.
Isn't
as canon?
Oh, when they were playing the characters?
Yeah.
Didn't they have like a nephew named Pooter or Scooter? Or
Scooter, yeah, Scooter.
something like
Or
that?
was Scooter his nephew?
I thought nephew. but
I'm not going to go to the mat on that one. So
They're not.
Well,
not
Scooter's not a frog.
father-son.
Scooter's not a frog, though.
No, okay. The internet is saying he's known for being the backstage stage manager and utility stage crew member and general all-around gopher.
But he's not Frog.
He's not
no,
a frog.
Scooter's a dude.
He doesn't appear to be related to Kermit in any way.
Although he's a dude with a frog mouth.
You might be thinking of Scrappy.
No, I'm just picturing a little Kermit.
Is there a little Kermit?
There is one Tiny Tim in a Muppet Christmas Carol.
And Muppet
I think
Babies.
That's where yes, Muppet Babies. Oh, Robin the Frog is Kermit's nephew.
Oh, Robin. Okay, so there is one.
Andrew.
What a little cutie. Oh my gosh. This is like the cutest thing I've ever seen.
Take it easy.
Slow down.
Brian says, how can Kermit and Miss Piggy have kids? I wonder if he means because they're different species or because they're puppets.
Or just logistics.
Oh my gosh.
Damn, Wheeler.
Wow, come on now.
I mean, frogs are not that big.
Ooh, Dave says, I think you're remembering a dream sequence Miss Piggy had in one of the movies where she imagines they had
Well,
kids.
we've all had those.
Perhaps.
Man, people know the Muppets, don't they?
Yeah, they really
Well,
do.
Kermit doesn't want to have kids with Miss Piggy, right? Isn't that like the
what?
central conflict of the Muppets?
No, I don't think so.
He's not that into her.
That's not true.
No, I think that's wrong. I think he is.
No, we're just discussing how she's the dominant one in the relationship.
Yeah.
And he likes it.
Yeah, he loves it.
Yeah.
That's clear.
Very much
It's
so.
his thing.
I mean, he's not dominant, that's for certain. But I felt like there was never that much of a spark.
You think
between
she's
them.
bullied him into a relationship?
That's kind of the vibe that I got.
It's defensible.
Not that he's like mad that they're in a relationship, you know. Because Kermit wants to be bullied a little bit. I think he's indecisive. I think he needs somebody to take control.
Yeah.
AI says their relationship is on again, off again.
Nice.
Relations and status. It's complicated with Miss Piggy.
So I saw a Reddit post just now. It said, I think it's an abusive relationship. Kermit is treated awfully by Miss Piggy.
Yeah,
he deserves better.
That's kind of what I'm talking about, a little bit.
You projecting a little there?
She's very bossy.
She is
knows
bossy.
What she wants.
She is boss. She knows what she wants, and that's
I mean,
Kermit.
she's a diva, though.
Andrew's
she
like,
is, and
I
that's
don't
what we
think
love about her.
Kermit thinks that Megan's right every time. I mean,
I don't think Kermit wants that hammock in the living room. I think Kermit is tired of tripping over that frickin' thing every time he wants to open the window.
Kermit wants his marital bed back.
And it's really hard to lift his leg over that stupid hammock that's 5 feet off the ground because Kermit's just not that flexible.
Kermit was drunk at Casey's the other night.
But pretended he wasn't.
Wait, is Miss Piggy the only
these
female Muppet?
No.
No, there's the girl in the band. I don't know any of their names except Animal.
There's a Swedish chef.
He's great. The Gonzo's got the chickens.
I love Gonzo.
Yeah, Hiley's like, he's a little creeper, though.
Oh, how so?
Because he's always hanging out with the chickens.
What's wrong with that?
No, like in a weird way.
No, he does love the chickens
yes,
a little too
in a
much.
weird way, yeah.
Yeah.
I never, picked up on that.
Never put that together. The chickens seem uncomfortable.
They do, yes.
Yeah. When Gonzo walks in, the chickens are
They're
like,
all like, oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't leave us alone with him.
What is Gonzo? Is he a bird?
No, he's like a guy.
No, he's got a bug nose or something.
Well,
they're all Muppets.
There's an article on the Muppet Wiki called Gonzo's Attraction to Chickens. Gonzo's amorous desires are most often centered on chickens. This poultry passion first surfaced in episode 204 of The Muppet Show when he held auditions for dancing chickens. He ad-libbed the line, "Don't call us, we'll call you. Nice legs, though." After this, the writers decided that Gonzo should be attracted to chickens. He has a chicken girlfriend named Camilla.
So there you go.
Oh, another
So,
girl.
according to Wikipedia, he is not a puppet version of a human or a recognizable animal. He has an awkward, non-animal-like appearance with purple feathers. He got feathers.
See,
I thought he was a bird.
That's interesting because I never thought of the Muppets as being anthropomorphic humans. I always thought of them as just being a different
Yeah, they're like their own thing.
species.
Some of them are clearly human, though.
Yeah, one of them's a pig and a
like
frog.
the band members are clearly human, right? The lady singer and
no, they're like
Animal's
monsters.
not. Animal's not.
Yeah, they're like monsters, I thought.
I never liked the eagle.
He's a little snooty.
He was so serious.
Yeah.
I love Fozzie Bear.
Yeah, Fozzie's great.
He's sweet.
Oh, okay. I'm picturing Scooter now. He had glasses.
Yeah. Yellow.
He used to wear like a satin coat.
I don't remember that.
I want to see more from Robin.
Hot take. I hated the Muppets.
At Disneyland, they have a show at California Adventure called World of Color where it's all projected on like water fountains.
Yeah.
And before that, they had like a 10-minute safety presentation that was a skit with the Muppets with little songs and stuff. And
Yeah.
it was so funny. In Muppet Babies, just like his grown-up counterpart, Baby Gonzo is also obsessed with chickens.
I'm not done with that
Did you
story.
like the guys in the balcony, whatever their names were?
I'm not done with
The
that
hecklers.
story.
Hancock and Kelly, I think.
Hancock and Kelly. Hancock and Kelly were the hecklers.
Well, I don't like to talk, but this is terrible.
Oh, man.
Yeah, Hancock and Kelly are. What are their real names?
Statler and Waldorf.
Oh, right.
there you go.
Well, they just like they got a bit going, and so do
Mhm.
Hancock and Kelly. It's just nice.
Kathy says, I so needed this today. Rough day at work.
Did you see?
Sorry, Kathy.
Hey, more like
See the one
Rolf Day at
above?
work.
Nattel's post just a few above that.
Love your show. I get so tired of political radio shows, and I tune into you, and you're discussing the Muppets and their relationships.
We got more in the tank.
Yeah,
Stay
All right,
tuned.
next up, let's see. We've done these on what? We've done these on Snoopy and that crew, right? On the Peanut Gang.
Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
Gonzo's actor had this to say, that he and Jim Henson used to talk about it, that Gonzo is just an opportunist, really. Any chicken is as good as any other chicken, as long as it's a hen.
He's a
The
swinger.
chickens don't know any different because they're not that bright.
What do you mean as long as it's a hen?
Yeah, I know. This
Yeah,
is,
he's not into the
Like
roosters.
They're parsing out the genders?
yeah.
well, he's not into the roosters.
Don't give me no rooster.
Yeah, the chickens don't know any different because they're not that bright. If you've
Right.
ever spent any time with chickens, you know they're operating at a baseline.
Which seems like taking advantage.
Yeah.
So they are not painting Gonzo in a particularly
it's a
bright
power
light here.
imbalance.
As I said,
Yeah.
Gonzo's kind of a creeper.
Yeah, Kevin's right. I'm being turned against Gonzo by this article about
I'm so
his...
glad I publicly supported him 5 minutes ago.
Well, you didn't know about it, that he was a chicken sex pest.
Chicken sex pest?
Yeah, you don't know that he's using phrases like any chicken's as good as any other chicken, as long as it's a hen.
Where does the pest come in?
Because it sounds like he's harassing chickens.
Wouldn't perv be better than pest?
He sounds like he's
That's
he's
kind of
the
what they
scourge.
say in England. That's what they call him.
Yeah,
Do they
he's
really?
Yeah.
he's the scourge of the chicken community by the
Well,
sound of it.
Sure. Except for roosters.
Roosters are like, he's leaving us alone.
Roosters are like, here he comes again. Take the hens. Just take the hens. Jeez. Tell you guys about home improvement season kickoff sale for Universal Windows Direct. As I always say with these live endorsements, you probably don't need replacement windows. Just, mathematically, chances are. But if you do, and you are looking at all those television ads at all the different window companies, and you have any trust in me, I can tell you this. After 25 years, I don't just get pick of the litter on anything at all. I can't just go out and knock on a door and say, I'm going to do live endorsements for you. But we had several window companies vying to be on the show. And I picked Universal because I thought it was the best. I thought they were the most solid. I like the fact that they are not self-aggrandizing. They're not doing stupid SNL-type skits so their owners can have fun. They're just talking about the people who make the windows, the people who install the windows. The deal right now is half off no matter how many windows you buy, 12 months with no interest and no payments, and a free entry door with your window purchase. 314-334-2522 or universalwindowsdirect.com.
Straight Realty has always been an industry leader when it comes to commissions, so it should come as no surprise that the recent Realtor settlement has only empowered us to continue offering our sellers even better rates. We now list homes for only 2%. Hi, I'm Christina Straight, owner of Straight Realty. Call me, 314-441-4444. Why pay more than 2? You can also listen to my podcast on my website, straightrealty.com.
Commissions are not regulated and are negotiable. Straight Realty is a licensed broker in the state of Missouri.
I really need funding to expand my inventory.
Swish Funding can help you expand inventory, upgrade equipment, and boost your cash flow.
Well, okay, but I need funding fast.
Swish Funding provides funding from $25,000 to $2 million with payment terms tailored to your needs and cash in your account in less than 24 hours.
So, what's the catch?
No catch. If you've been in business for at least 1 year with monthly revenue of $50,000, you could qualify. Just go to swishfunding.com to apply. That's swishfunding.com.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
We can get more sleep, we can get more sun, and we can get more exercise, but the one thing we can't get more of is time. It's time to eliminate the one phrase that could be holding you back from reaching your retirement goals. I'll take care of it tomorrow. It's time to pick up the phone and make the call to Gary Goldberg and the team at Financial and Tax Strategies, 314-991-9005, or online at checkwithgary.com.
Investment advisory services offered through Centaurus Financial, Inc., an FFC registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuities offered through Gary Goldberg, NPN number 918615.
Winner of 4 Edward R. Murrow Awards, including Overall Excellence. KMOX AM St. Louis, KMOX FM Hazelwood. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
At 2 o'clock, it's a cloudy sky, 69 degrees downtown at the Arch. The St. Louis County Council will have a meeting on the state of the Animal Care and Control Facility today.
KMOX spoke with County Council Chairwoman Britta Hurd-Days and asked about the current and past problems at the ACC.
We had the outbreak of parvo. We have not had a good explanation as to what happened there. How did the infection get into the facility? And so many of the council members are looking to figure out how that happened.
Days adds the euthanization of 19 dogs and the overall lack of communication from the public health department is of great concern. KMOX asked the chairwoman if she has been told why the veterinary medical director, Dr. Doug Pernikoff, abruptly resigned.
Those are questions that we are going to certainly be asking the director.
St. Louis County Public Health announced last week they hired a new director, Malik Johnson, who is a public health administrator, not a veterinarian, nor does his LinkedIn profile list any shelter or animal experience. Maria Aquino, KMOX News.
St. Louis police said a member of an FBI task force shot and killed a suspect today near Natural Bridge in Clara. Natural Bridge has been closed. The department says officers tried to stop a vehicle wanted for an armed robbery, but wound up in a pursuit. The Missouri Department of Transportation wants motorists to be careful out there during this period of 100 deadliest days. AAA says the span between Memorial Day and Labor Day is a dramatic increase in fatal crashes involving teen drivers. MoDOT engineer John Nelson says the widening of I-70 has work zones where problems with distracted drivers could happen.
There's already several pieces of that are under construction, and when you combine that with just the amount of traffic that moves on that roadway, that's probably going to be the one that gets the most attention.
Nelson says Missouri drivers may experience an unprecedented 800 to 1,000 different road construction zones across the state this summer. The temporary restraining order on President Trump's ban on foreign students at Harvard has been extended.
A federal judge has extended an order blocking the Trump administration's attempt to bar Harvard University from enrolling foreign students. Harvard sued the Department of Homeland Security after Secretary Kristi Noem revoked its ability to host foreign students. The department had sent Harvard a letter demanding a range of records on those students. Harvard says they complied, but the government says that effort fell short. Harvard says the government failed to follow administrative procedures and regulations that dictate how schools may be removed from eligibility to host international students. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
The KMOX Business Desk, another tariff impact.
Sources tell Bloomberg Hyundai is preparing to increase the price of all its U.S. vehicles. It's looking at a possible 1% increase on newly built cars and trucks. The automaker is looking for ways to cushion the blow from tariffs. Those tariffs have been put on hold for now due to a ruling from a federal trade court, but the Trump administration says it will appeal and will take their argument all the way to the Supreme Court if it has to. I'm Nancy Lyons, Bloomberg Radio.
The Dow from Stifel's up 64 points to 42,163. We've got a stalled vehicle 44 East at Grand. That's on the right shoulder. Also 6440 East at Olive. That's on the right shoulder.
Periods of showers will continue on this Thursday afternoon. There will be a rumble of thunder here and there, but nothing severe to be concerned about at all. It's kind of cool, 60s to near 70. Tonight, clouds and showers, 57 Friday. Beautiful day, mostly sunny, 75 on Friday afternoon, 59 Friday night with clear skies. Weekends a little more like summer, a little more like it should be. Saturday and Sunday, sunshine 84 each day. I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM. KMOX.
Sponsored by FanDuel Sports Network. With more ways to watch the Cardinals this season, watch through your TV provider. New this year, subscribe directly to FanDuel Sports Network and stream the Cardinals. Visit FanDuelSportsNetwork.com for the details. Clouds and 69 downtown at the Arch. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Welcome back, guys. DGS, great comments. Dave says if you guys don't win some sort of award for that segment, he's filing a grievance with SAG-AFTRA. Lynn King says, oh my gosh, guys, I'm trying to drive, and I'm laughing, crying, and Kathy wins the day with now I got to go debone a chicken.
Aaron Gonzo.
Kathy, I'm a seasoned pro, and I didn't get to that one.
That's a good one.
That's really good.
Oh, man.
So on Baby Muppets, was Gonzo into like baby chicks?
That's.
I think just regular chickens. Like
little.
I'm not going to say that.
No, you got it.
Like MILF chickens.
MILF chickens.
He was into Mrs. Robinson.
Chilfs. Brad Young is hung up. he's above Chilfs, for the love of God.
Well, Gonzo's not.
Brad's afraid of getting.
Sometimes he is.
Brad's afraid he's going to get disbarred if he says anything on this segment.
You know, I have nothing to comment on that. No words, no analysis, nothing.
God, the Muppets are awesome when you talk about it this way.
Yeah.
Yeah, now you like the Muppets.
When you look at them as an adult, you're like, wait a minute, a lot of that's creepy.
A lot of it's creepy. Rach is in love over there.
I love Robin the Frog. He's so cute.
She's like Googling galleries of Robin the
Frog.
Kind of.
For a little Gonzo over
Everybody,
there.
I know what we're all getting her for Christmas this year.
Yeah.
Little Robin the Frogs.
Oh, he is cute.
He's adorable. Look at this little cutie.
I can't get past the poor chickens. Now that I know this.
Yeah. I don't like knowing it either.
That they only exist to be deboned.
Yeah.
That's their only function.
Yeah, it was like the actor ad-libbed a couple of lines, and they were like, what if we write in that he's sexually obsessed with chickens? And then that took off for the next 40 years of his character.
Right. Right.
Oh, my God.
Okay, lock it up.
Yep, time
Lock
to
it
lock
up.
in.
Here
All
we
right.
go. Okay.
All right.
Attorney Brad Young is with us, and I had more jokes, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it to Brad. He's a nice man. Brad, help us understand this tariffs deal. Wheels and I were having a debate the other day whether tariffs in general are the purview of the chief executive or Congress. And I guess the question is both, depending on how they're done, right?
Well, you've got to understand the historical context here, guys. And this sounds really boring after talking about chicken sex perv. So this sounds really dull and boring.
That's okay.
But,
we need it.
Okay. But under the Constitution, I think it's in Article 1, it specifically says that Congress has the power to impose tariffs. But going back more than 100 years, Congress is like, we don't want to do this. We want to shove this off to the president. And so there have been multiple laws over the past 125 years where Congress has given this power to the president because they don't want to have to deal with it. And so that's where this comes into play. Now, what the court ruled yesterday, it was the International Court of Trade. What they did was that they only invalidated Trump's use of tariffs under one specific law that was passed in 1977. So it's called the IEEPA. You don't care what that means, but it was passed in 77. The court invalidated that. Trump has said to the court, either you put a stay on this order or we're going to appeal it to the Supremes on Friday. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. But Trump has lots of other laws that he can fall back on to impose tariffs. And it's kind of like this. Let me give you this example. Remember during the Biden administration, he would cancel student debt.
All right.
It would go up to the Supreme Court. Supremes would say, you can't do that. He'd say, oh, shucks. He'd come back and he'd cancel them again under a different legal theory. Then he'd go back up to the Supreme Court. They'd say, you can't do that. That's the game that Trump is going to play here. So just because it's invalidated under one law doesn't mean that his ability to impose tariffs is going to be invalidated under all laws.
What do you think? Have you seen the taco stuff, Brad?
Yes. What does it stand for? Trump always chickens out.
Right.
Oh, chicken's back in it.
Yeah.
Again with the chickens.
The word of the day.
Gonzo, I said pluck the chickens. It was Wheeler.
I didn't say that.
He got really mad at a CNBC reporter for asking him about that.
Did he?
Yeah, he like called her nasty.
It was a nasty
and,
question.
Yeah,
It's not a nasty question. He's going to get nasty now because don't you agree, Brad, that once you call him out on something, now he's like a schoolyard bully. He's going to double down.
Oh, absolutely. Just think about Rosie O'Donnell in the debates back in 2016. So, yeah, he's going to have a vengeance here, and he's probably going to make even more mistakes when it comes to these tariffs because, listen, tariffs are a problem. It messes with our economic system. It raises prices for everyone. I'm a free trade guy. I don't like any tariffs, and if you have to have some, make them as small as possible. But he loves them. But right now, unless the Supreme Court overturns this decision from yesterday, he's going to continue, but using different laws.
So this next story is really interesting to me. A kid wore a T-shirt, I'm guessing to high school, that said there are only two genders, and now the courts have to take up whether that is free speech or whether the school can say, take that shirt off.
Exactly. And it was a 2-gender type shirt, and the school said you can't do that. And so that really drives home this idea, though, Dave, that even though students do have rights under the Constitution, no question about it, they don't have the same level of rights as adults do. For example, if your kid is hiding weed in his locker, the school doesn't have to go out and get a search warrant to search the locker. They can come in and take it. If the school newspaper wants to print something, the school can come in and say, "No, you're not gonna out this particular teacher for liking chickens. You're not gonna do that." So there's no freedom of speech, and so likewise in this case, the standard going back to the 1960s when kids were wearing armbands to protest the Vietnam War, a lot of these cases came out. Specifically, it was you can control the students they have free speech up to the point where it becomes a disruption to the classroom.
Mm-hmm.
And if that standard is met, schools can clamp down on free speech.
Boy, that's the kind of thing, Brad, that I would picture a law school professor doing the Socratic method on. What does that mean disrupts the class? What if the people are just very, very sensitive? Should that matter? What if they're very calloused and they don't get upset about anything? Should that matter?
Exactly. And it also goes back to the old standards, Dave, and you dealt with this in law school when the court had to wrestle with the pornography cases.
Yeah.
And you had to apply community standards. Well, the community standards in Des Moines, Iowa are different than the community standards in San Francisco. So did that mean that porn could be shown in San Francisco, but not in Des Moines? I mean, that was how they wrestled with that. And I think that same level of subjectivity applies to these free speech cases for students, because you're right. Some students would be, oh my goodness, we're going to take a knee and we're snowflakes and we can't handle hearing this. And other kids would be like, hey, say what you want. I don't care. So, yeah, it is very, very subjective.
Yeah, interesting. Okay, Brad, we apologize.
Back to the Muppets jokes.
No apologies. Listen, there's a couple attorneys in town that call me the Statler and Waldorf of the legal profession. So
that's great.
Listen, I'm a big Muppets fan.
Awesome. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it.
All right, anytime.
Craig says, have you ever spatchcocked a chicken? Gonzo's a pro at it.
I don't know what that means.
I do. It's funny.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take your word for it. I mean, it sounds funny.
It's when you cut the backbone and then you flatten it out.
Oh,
Yeah, and you
I did
can-
not know that.
You can
Yeah.
crack the breastbone.
Boy, can't you?
Mm-hmm.
It's a very,
satisfying. It really is.
I did not know this.
Mm-hmm.
Think when Kermit and Miss Piggy did it, they called it pork and beans.
Where's the?
Where are the beans?
Yeah, where's the beans?
Oh, they're there. They're there.
So you know where the pork is.
Oh, man. So weird. That whole show was weird. You think everybody that made up those shows was on drugs?
I hope so.
It's crazy. It's had such staying power.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
My
we're
dad
still
loved
talking
it.
about it. 2025.
I mean,
Oh,
they had
man.
all the biggest celebrities were on that show.
Yeah.
Like, it was a weekly show, right? Was it every Sunday or
Feels
something
like
like
it.
that?
Feels like
And
it.
they always had famous guests, like Saturday Night Live caliber guests.
They seem to always be quality, too. Like, all the
Yeah.
movies were good, too.
Oh.
And Christmas Carol scared me.
Did it?
Yeah.
I don't remember it.
Scary
Michael
Ghost.
Caine.
Did the regular one scare you?
Just a regular, like
the regular,
Muppets Go to
not the
Manhattan.
non-Muppets version of
Oh.
Christmas.
Michael Caine acts his butt off in
Oh,
that movie.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, you would never be able to tell that he's starring opposite the
Muppets.
Muppets.
Yeah. Yes, to answer your question, the Christmas Carol always scared me. Even Scrooged.
It's a scary story.
Yeah.
I love that
Jacob
story.
Marley.
Mm-hmm.
Really scary. The recently dead.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I had.
All right.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Let's hear what Kermit has to say, I guess.
Bernie Miklas here for Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin comfort dealer. The Saliga family's been taking great care of St. Louis since 1927 and still have the best and most trustworthy customer service in town. Saliga can handle all of your heating and air conditioning needs for home or business. They offer free estimates and financing options, and they won't leave you hanging if there's an emergency. The Miklas family's been calling on Saliga for more than 15 years, and we fully appreciate their knowledge, their class, and their integrity. Saliga's never tried to pressure us. They always take the time to discuss all the available options, including low-cost solutions. Saliga has saved us good money with their Priority Club maintenance program, which extends the life of our equipment. Members receive priority service and the peace of mind in knowing their home will be safe and comfortable during all 4 seasons. The Miklas family truly values Saliga Heating and Cooling, and you will too. For more information, call Saliga at 314-481-7333 or visit SaligaHeatingandCooling.com.
Welcome to Willie's Wings, home of the secret sauce.
I'll take a dozen wings. Oh, by the way, I love that sauce. What's in it?
Can't tell you.
Why not?
It's a secret.
While many financial advisors claim to have the secret sauce, they don't. In fact, if their sauce is so good, why are they keeping it a secret? Steve All of the All Financial Group doesn't keep anything a secret. He knows there's much more to retirement planning than stocks, bonds, and mutual funds. He'll develop a strategy designed specifically for you. It's your own secret sauce for retirement. Call Steve today at 636-230-8824 for your personal portfolio x-ray. Call 636-230-8824 or online at yourmoneymattersstl.com.
Fine, you want to know what's in the sauce?
Absolutely.
Tablespoon of paprika.
Really?
Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuities offered through Steve All, NPN number 153-07419.
Do you know about the true crimes that inspired a Bruce Springsteen album? Or the murders AC/DC was blamed for? How about Taylor Swift's Violent Stalkers? Or the suspicious deaths of Brittany Murphy and River Phoenix? These stories and more are told in the Disgraceland podcast, hosted by me, Jake Brennan, every Tuesday, where I dive deep into subjects from the dark side of music history and entertainment. So follow and listen to Disgraceland on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. SkillBridge and other VA benefits are available to those who qualify.
The success you've already had matters at University of Maryland Global Campus because we're a school for real life. An accredited state university, UMGC lets you earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning, life, and work experience, or transfer up to 12 credits toward a master's. We offer affordable tuition and online and hybrid courses. No application fee if you apply by May 30th. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Hey, it's Debbie Monterey, and now is a great time to be a home seller in the St. Louis market. Home values are up an average of 2.2% year over year, which means you can take advantage of high prices in a low inventory market. But you should act fast and start by talking to St. Louis's real estate expert, Gloria Liu, with Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. While the average realtor sells 4 to 5 homes a year, Gloria has sold nearly 400 homes in the last 2 years. Plus, Gloria sells faster and for more money. Gloria Liu is so confident she will guarantee to sell your home at a price acceptable to you, or Gloria will buy it herself. It may seem like a good idea to use a discount realtor or that friend who sells a few homes a year, but it could literally cost you thousands of dollars. Worse, your home may not even sell. My advice is to call Gloria Liu today at 314-325-6888, 314-325-6888, or find her online at gloriahasthebuyers.com. Gloria and seller must agree on price and possession date.
Hi, I'm Travis McGowan of the Travis Group, a health insurance brokerage. At the Travis Group, we specialize in helping individuals, families, and small businesses make sense of their health insurance options. Whether you're turning 65, your kids are aging off of your plan, or you're looking for better accident and hospital coverage, the Travis Group is here to offer honest-to-goodness health insurance guidance. As a St. Louis native, husband, and father of 5, I know how important it is to protect what matters. Visit us for more information at travis4insurance.com.
Total Information AM, weekdays 5 to 9 on the voice of St. Louis, 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Welcome back, DGS on KMOX 221. I finally figured out a good reason to follow us and watch us on the stream, because the listeners are sometimes funnier and many times dirtier than us.
Yeah.
Like Joel just had a really good joke about the chickens, which we can't say on the air, but we featured it on the stream.
Yeah, it's perfectly fine on the internets.
Yeah.
Probably not so great.
You think that's going to change? Like the next generation, I think they'll change the FCC rules to be a little less.
I doubt it.
No?
I mean, the logic of the rules that they have in place still stands, right? Because it can be literally broadcast out into the world and be picked up anywhere. Those are considered public airways.
But so can life.
No, I get it. But I mean, like, an internet stream, you have to go to a link.
I get it. I'm just saying, do you think that we'll become less puritanical about like over-the-air radio, television? Every kid can see it, but you can say the S word or you can say this or that.
Maybe, but the broadcast networks still have the same rules, right?
Yeah.
They can't do on Fox TV what you can do on FX, right? In terms of language or nudity or anything.
Yeah. How long? Okay, if you could only die in a sudden accident, not from disease or old age, the average person would live to be how many years old?
Oh, if we take that out?
Yeah. The only way that people die are from accidents.
90.
Oh, I see. I see what you're saying. Yeah. Man, I think it's going to be more like 60 or 65
years old.
Yeah.
Well, by that logic,
we'd all be dead.
We'd all be dead before then, even. Like most people would die like in their 50s by the freak accident. No, the real answer is probably closer to like 250, 300.
Rach, got a guess?
I really don't know. I'm sorry.
8,938 years old.
Whoa.
Wait, what?
Yeah. If we only died by accident, the average person, it would take them 8,938 years to die by like shark attack or auto accident
Yeah.
or
Oh, I
an
gotcha.
anvil falling.
It would just have to be like random chance.
I misread the question.
They said the people who are especially lucky and beat the odds would live into their 40,000s.
Whew.
No thanks.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'd get bored.
it's a bit much.
Although, think about all the money you could make with all the stuff you know.
True.
True.
Young adults are eating bananas upside down. Remember when we did this one? Remember what the other side of the banana's called?
The butt.
The devil's
Anus.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why eat it upside down?
Because that's how monkeys do it. And
But
so they think that that's the most natural way to do it.
but the top part opens so conveniently with that little handle.
Agreed. Yeah, maybe try it tomorrow.
What do you got?
Jay.
What do you got to do to open the
Okay,
butt?
if you're eating the whole banana, find the bell.
I find that dinner helps.
Maybe a movie. If you're eating the whole banana, what does it matter? Sorry.
The more natural
Yeah, I
way.
don't
Yeah,
understand.
if you're eating the whole banana, what does it matter where you start from?
This is what I don't
It
understand.
doesn't matter whether you eat it top down or bottom up or whatever.
Well, that's, is this another thing where like young people are like, we just want to say we invented something and make it seem like a big deal?
Could be.
Did you see that? What? I don't know. It just feels like it's so much more inconvenient. You got this convenient little pop top, and you're going to be like, nope, not doing that. I'm going to do it the hard way.
Robert says you pinch the butt to open the banana. You need a knife to open with the handle.
No, you don't.
Been there.
The handle? You just go. It's like a pop top can. You must be eating some green bananas.
I
Now,
like a green banana.
it's been a while since I ate a banana, and I'm trying to picture it. So the normal way is like the stalk where it comes off of the thing.
Yeah, you crack the stalk and then you can easily peel it down. and-
Gotcha.
Yeah.
How
Give it a little
sensitive
twist.
to brown are you?
Not a fan. On the like if you open it, it's inside. I got to cut that part out.
Little browns never hurt anybody.
Yeah. People like, oh, we're gonna just do it upside down and make it seem like it's better. It's the same banana, dummies.
I really don't mind however way they want to do it, but to say that's the more natural
I
way
know,
is
it's so
like
ridiculous.
objectively stupid.
Well, they're doing the whole like, what has nature shown us? And the monkeys eat more bananas than we do, and they do it through the butt. And so,
all right, well, are you having an energy drink today, kids?
Oh, good
Nature
one.
didn't give us that. Like, what are you talking about?
good
Very
one.
silly.
What's the more natural way to eat steak? 'Cause-
Raw.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
That's what a tiger would do. We should do it that way. No, don't do that.
What sounds make you instantly angry?
I don't like hearing alarm clock sounds
Yeah.
outside of one very specific instance, and that is when I am waking up. When I'm waking up, it's fine; they're necessary. But
When else
anytime
do you
out,
hear 'em?
like if you're watching a movie or a TV show or something, and an alarm clock is going off, I'm just like, nope, turn it off, turn it off.
I would
fast
think that
you
would
can.
be your least wanted time to hear it when you're waking up.
I understand that I have to hear it when I'm waking up because that's how I wake up. But like when I hear it outside of that, it's such a grating, terrible sound.
Phoebe has misophonia, where you can't stand mouth sounds and people coughing and snotting and things like that. I don't have that.
No, I can't think of like anything specific. I will say this: I don't like doorbells because they make my dogs bark.
The chirping of a dying battery is a bad one for me.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the alarm battery thing. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that.
Yeah.
Because you know it's just not going to stop.
A cat about to barf.
That's pretty bad.
That's a bad sound.
Actually, throw in dog too. Any animal about to barf because you freak out.
Snoring.
Yeah.
Not great.
I can get that.
Doesn't make me instantly angry.
Yeah, but it would if it was waking you up 10 times a night. That's...
According to a new report, moving walkways are going away because the kiosks that they pass are losing business.
Oh, like at the airport?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Interesting.
Well, it's all about the kiosks, you know.
I like those moving walkways. I'd never been on one before. They're pretty cool.
Tell you guys about Triton Exteriors. I I guess the middle of winter is probably not a popular time for them, but other than that, it's always a time for Triton Exteriors, especially here in St. Louis, especially lately with all the terrible storms that we've been getting. You don't have to have your house decimated to have a real pain in the butt, and then you have to deal with your insurance company, and they are in the business, make no mistake about it, they are in the business of not paying out claims. That's how they keep their money. It's how they make their money. And so they're going to go in there looking for ways. I know this because I've worked for insurance companies before, looking for a way to say no. Having Triton on your side is going to be very helpful. Not only are they experts about insurance damage, what is coverable, what is not, what is payable, what is not, but they have a great relationship with all the major insurance companies. They know them, they know us, we know them, and we'll be able to help you to get that claim. If it's an elective thing, we do roofs and siding and gutters and fences. We're a James Hardy Smart Siding Company out of Webster Groves. 314-717-1159, Triton-STL.com.
From chili cook-offs to Friday night football, Belleville knows how to show up. And now, so does KMOX on 104.1 FM.
Cardinals get the win. They visit the New York Mets tonight. The Blues, they will play Saturday at 5 o'clock.
It's your news, your sports, your city. Loud and clear on the FM dial. 104.1 FM KMOX. The voice of Belleville. The voice of St. Louis.
An important message from S&L Coins. S&L Coins pays top dollar for your gold and silver coins, old currency, gold-filled jewelry, scrap gold and silver, silver plating, gold and silver bullion. Get a quote with a call to S&L at 544-3600. S&L Coins, 544-3600. Or visit S&L Coins at 9300 Gravois, just east of McKenzie. Open 9 to 5 Monday through Friday, 9 to 4 Saturday. Before you sell, call S&L, 544-3600.
Dave Murray's weather is sponsored by Sachs Financial.
Periods of showers will continue on this Thursday afternoon. There will be a rumble of thunder here and there, but nothing severe to be concerned about at all. It's kind of cool, 60s to near 70. Tonight, clouds and showers, 57 Friday. Beautiful day, mostly sunny, 75 on Friday afternoon, 59 Friday night with clear skies. Weekends a little more like summer, a little more like it should be. Saturday and Sunday, sunshine 84 each day. I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Hi, this is Jeff Sachs at Sachs Financial. Let's tune out the noise a little bit and focus on a retirement plan. If you don't have one or don't know how to get started, find us on our website at saxfinancial.com or retiresafestl.com.
To have a roof over your head, a nice roof over your head, is very important.
That's Rick talking about his experience with Rhino Shield ceramic coating.
We got Rhino Shield 18 years ago, and they're very cooperative on getting us the right paint. They were in and out and done in no time. Once it was finished, looked great. We were very happy with it.
The main reason Rick called Rhino Shield is because it's backed by a 25-year transferable warranty.
We've watched a lot of people get their house painted 3 or 4 times, and we haven't had to do any of it. I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to have to paint it every 5-7 years.
Take a tip from Rick and put down the paintbrush and call Rhino Shield for your free evaluation. 877-25-RHINO. 877-25-RHINO. Or visit 877-25rhino.com.
We got Rhino Shield 18 years ago. Financially makes sense, especially if it's going to last like this did. Still looks great.
Call now. 877-25-RHINO or 877-25rhino.com.
No pain, don't Rhino. Go Rhino Shield. Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
When it comes to baseball in St. Louis, there's one station that's all in. KMOX. At noon, it's the Gas House Game.
Let's talk some baseball.
Smart, unfiltered conversation with real baseball minds. At 5, the Redbird Rush Hour delivers sharp insight, fresh takes, and the latest from inside the clubhouse.
Now the pitch.
And when it's game time, we bring you every single pitch, all season long.
It's a gunner!
Others talk sports. We live Cardinals baseball. 104.1 FM KMOX.
Feel like everything's clouded by doubt? Visit CaliforniaPsychics.com. Our psychics are available to talk 24/7, and we guarantee if it's not life-changing, it's free. Experience the joy of certainty. California Psychics.
Snakes, zombies, public speaking. The list of fears is endless. But the real danger is in your hand when you're behind the wheel. Distracted driving is what's really scary and even deadly. Eyes forward, don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
I really need funding to expand my inventory.
Swish Funding can help you expand inventory, upgrade equipment, and boost your cash flow.
Well, okay, but I need funding fast.
Swish Funding provides funding from $25,000 to $2 million with payment terms tailored to your needs and cash in your account in less than 24 hours.
So what's the catch?
No catch. If you've been in business for at least 1 year with monthly revenue of $50,000, you could qualify. Just go to swishfunding.com to apply. That's swishfunding.com.
Cards manager Ollie Marble joins the Gas House Gang every Tuesday at noon. Sponsored by Siteman Cancer Center on the voice of the Cardinals. 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Our conversation with Ricky Horton is brought to you by Goodwill. Give hope, give local, give Goodwill.
Welcome back, guys. DG Ask 104.1 FM KMOX. Time to talk to our pal Ricky Horton. Hello, Rick.
Hey, Dave. How are you? What's going on?
Good, man. I bet you're happy to get out of rainy Baltimore.
Oh, we were so happy, and I was so concerned that that wouldn't happen and that we would still be there today playing that final game of the series, which obviously great to get it in, great to win it. And I literally just missed my last putt on 18 and got to play golf today in Dallas. So that's the life of we'll have to get that on the Travelog TikTok, won't I?
That's nice. Where is it, Rick? We got to get your handle set up.
I don't have it yet. So Ricky H49 is Twitter, but I need to do the TikTok thing. I haven't done that yet.
Yeah, there you go.
We'll work on that, Wheels. You're in charge.
All right, let's go.
You know what I love about this team? You guys will totally get this. There are many teams, I can't think of one, but we know they exist, where you feel like you're watching a bunch of professional millionaires. And they are. Yeah. But this team, especially the other night when Gorman and Walker hit their back-to-back triples, and you saw that dugout, they look like they're 14 years old.
Yes. And that's the fun part of the game. And I think people respond to that, which is, again, why we've been talking about, you need to watch this team and see that it is different. I mean, they just are different than the last couple of years, like night and day. And, they're running out every ball. Those two triples could have been doubles easily. They should have been caught, first of all. But the fact that those guys were hustling all the way, it's just, that's a sign of youthful enthusiasm and a culture that wouldn't let you get away with not doing that. So you could say, well, let's credit the coaching staff with that, but also, some of the players that just wouldn't have it any other way, like Brendan Donovan is that way, and there are others as well.
And I love it. It's not just the emotion, but like if we're on a team and I struck out and Ricky's taking them out and I say, pick me up, brother, they really do. Right. They pick each other up.
And that is so true. It is, I get questions from parents all the time in travel ball. It's like, they talk bad about guys on their team. It's like, you can't do that. I mean, this is not really what a team is all about. You need to be rooting for your teammates, because if your teammates are better, you'll be better, you'll win more games, and, iron sharpens iron. And that's the way, professionals are, and these guys are acting like very good young professionals, growing into their roles and growing into knowing how to win too, which, I actually had the feeling, even though the Cardinals were down 3-0 in the last game in Baltimore, I knew they were going to win. Now, why did I know that? I knew that because of watching these guys play, and again, very different than the last couple of years.
So a question for you guys, then I'm going to turn it over to Wheels. About a third of the way through the season, All-Stars, voting starts in a couple of weeks. Who do you guys like for the Cardinals? Who do you think has a shot?
Well, I'll start. I mean, Donovan should be an all-star. I mean, Donovan is he's top 5 in the National League in batting, leads the league in hits. He's a gamer. He plays great defense. Yeah, all that. I mean, he's just a lot of good hitting with runners in scoring position. So he's clearly one. And then there's several guys. There's an interesting question, very interesting question, because I brought up on the broadcast in the final game in Baltimore that we have so many players that are between 23 and 29 RBIs, like everybody is. So nobody's got 40, but everybody's got between 23 and 29. So it could be that some players would get overlooked because of that, because they're all just having good years, and it's kind of spreading the wealth a little bit. But I think Donovan's the first one that comes to my mind.
Yeah, I would put Mason Wynn in the group because he's one of the best
Yes,
defensive
yes.
shortstops, and
Yes.
he's above average offensively this year. Like he's been very good offensively, which helps. And I think we have to throw Liberatore in this. He has to be
Yes.
under consideration for an all-star spot.
I like all three of those choices, and I noticed, and I'm I have to be careful about saying this because you never. I mean, Gunnar Henderson's a great player, and so is Bobby Witt Jr.
Yep.
But watching them play shortstop, I mean, they're just not. I mean, my opinion, they're just not Mason Wynn. They're not the prototypical shortstop. They're the old school American League shortstop. They're the Cal Ripken and kind of the bigger guy that is just a really good offensive player and can play decent defense. Now I know that Bobby Witt had been a Gold Glove guy and finalist and all that, and again they're both great.
Yeah.
But I just think Mason Wynn's better on the defensive side.
Do the Gold Glove guys make it through the season without an error typically?
No.
So everyone's going to commit errors.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I
yeah.
thought,
Now
I thought I heard that
I'm not
Mason
gonna
didn't
jinx
have it
him.
yet.
I'm not going to jinx him. You just did, but there's several guys
Okay.
that have it.
Well done,
Brendan
Dave.
Donovan. Let's talk about Brendan Donovan because he made his first. We can talk about him now, but there's several guys that haven't made an error on the defensive side, and so the other thing is, and we all know this with the baseball analytics, which I think has really helped us understand. Kind of the average fan to understand what the baseball person already knows is that it's beyond errors. It's what balls do you get to. Mason Wynn makes the catch over his shoulder in the outfield better than any shortstop. He looks Ozzie Smith-like when he does that.
Yeah.
And I don't say that lightly, trust me. And I mean, there's no other shortstop that makes some of those plays that he makes going away from the infield over the shoulder. And, that doesn't show up in errors or not errors. That's just,
So true.
that's the outs above average stuff and the defensive run saves.
Listener Joel makes a great point. He says, I think these guys have some grit, too. Kind of reminds me of the Blues team this past year. Arenado going into the stands and the ovation afterwards was awesome.
Yeah, that wasn't that a fun moment? So the fact that he flies, he's the flying Wallendas, which nobody knows who that is. I made that reference on the. Okay, you do. So he was not afraid because he knew there was a netting there, but the netting also kind of goes into the seat, and the metal's kind of hard, so it was not necessarily a safe move for him, but it was an important out in that game, and he wasn't going to be denied that. And if you're a pitcher, you're so amped up about a guy playing that way behind you.
A guy that won't be an all-star because of the time missed is Ivan Herrera. But you mentioned the RBIs, Ricky. He has 26. The team lead is 29. He has played less than half the games of all of those other guys.
That's insane.
Yeah, right. And so his impact has been great, and the fact that he's DHing now puts him into the DH kind of role probably in terms of all-star. But the Cardinals need Ivan Herrera. They need him in the middle of the lineup, and Wilson Contreras is important to the team, and Nootbaar is important. I mean, who's not really if you think about the lineup? And honestly, the guy I'm most excited about right now, but I'm tentative about it because I don't want to kind of pressurize this, but the at-bats of Jordan Walker have been much, much better the last 2 weeks.
We talked about this last night on Redbird Rush Hour, the last week, and that was before he had a hit last night. He's hitting .333 and slugging .500 for the last week. Now it's only 5 or 6 games, but you got to start somewhere. So hopefully that's the beginning of something.
And the beginning to me is an odd thing to say, but I could explain it if I had video and we were talking about it sitting in a room. I like the way he's taking pitches better.
Yes.
I mean, when he's taking pitches, I'm going to say incorrectly, collapsing the back leg, opening up the front side.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, from a pitcher's point of view, you're out when you do that. And so when he takes a pitch where you see that he's timed up right, now you're afraid of the dude. And that's where we're getting to. He's starting to become a force now, and let's hope that continues.
I agree with was it Joel who talked about grit? I mean, I agree that there's grit here. I think the difference between this team and last year's team, though, is they're just better. Like, Ivan Herrera was not in the big leagues full-time last year. Donovan was coming off an injury, so didn't have a normal offseason like he did this year where he could just be a normal player. Mason Wynn's offense is better. Victor Scott is just better than Michael Ciani was last year. And, it's, again, not picking on Ciani, just saying, and you have a better bench that you can use, where a lot of the bench last year was kind of like only in case of emergency. I just think they're better overall, and they're a better pitching staff starting pitching staff with Liberatore stepping up and becoming a top of the rotation guy.
And some of those guys in
So
the
there's
pen.
and Matt's in the pen. Matt's has only walked 3 guys in 33
Yeah,
innings, so I'll
yeah.
go ahead and jinx that one. But so you've got two things at work, guys. You've got players that are better, maybe in some cases, but you also have players that themselves are better, which is when you win, that's what happens. And I've been
Good
talking
point,
about 1985 since spring training, and people have been kind of dismissing me on Twitter, which that never happens. But when I say try to compare it to a team in '85 that was predicted to come in last place, but kind of outkicked their coverage because every player played better. Ozzie Smith was not a Hall of Famer going into 1985. Willie McGee was not an All-Star or a batting champion for sure going into '85, but every player just got better at the same time. And when they get better at the same time and have their best years, you win. Tom Herr got better. Jack Clark got better. John Tudor got better. And I think you can say that about Liberatore. You can say that about Palante. You can say that about just a whole bunch of Cardinals right now.
Ricky, when teams always have belief, for the most part. I don't even think I've run into teams that end up being near the bottom of the standings that don't think at the beginning of the year that they have a chance, right? There's always a belief that if we stay healthy, if this and that. When in your experience as a player and then observing, when do you know someone is what they are? I mean, are we deep enough in the season yet to say this is the Cardinals? They're on a 92, 93 win pace and this is sustainable, or do we have to go a little further?
I don't know that you're far enough along to be able to say that this is going to happen for 162 days. There's some things that you want to make sure continue to get better, like the bullpen is really coming into form, and the injuries always affect what we're talking about now, because an injury can totally derail that because you find out how deep you are or how deep you aren't at a certain position, and that kind of changes the formula a little bit. But I think we've seen enough of certain players to realize, and maybe we've seen them realize that they're better than they thought they are, and they know it. And that's a big. I mean, Pedro Pajes. You think he thinks he's a big leaguer right now? You better believe he does. And the way he's handling a pitching staff, he's not questioning. Should I be in the big leagues right now? It's like how many games can I catch without wearing out is more the question. And I think that's a big turning point.
Rick, enjoy your day off, buddy.
Thanks, guys. Great to chat.
Do you know that by donating your gently used items to Goodwill, you're not only giving those items a new life, but you're helping people right here in your community enrich their lives with meaningful work? Your donations support Goodwill's mission of helping people with barriers to employment to be able to get rewarding jobs which provide not only a paycheck, but a very important sense of purpose. Your donations really do change lives. Give hope, give local, give Goodwill.
Cardinals fans, join the conversation at Busch Stadium with some of your favorite former Cardinals. With the Cardinals Conversations presented by Edward Jones, you'll hear from former Cardinals such as Ozzie Smith, Ted Simmons, Ray Lankford, David Eckstein, or David Freese. Each conversation hosted by Cardinals announcers Chip Carey or Brad Thompson. Your experience also will include a ticket to the game, a pre-signed photo, and the opportunity to take your photo with the featured player. Get your tickets today at cardinals.com/conversations.
Your biggest choice in home restoration is, who do you trust with your home, your most valued asset? Few can match Banner Construction's experience and dedication to excellence. Banner is an elite preferred James Hardy contractor and Pella Window specialist. Restoration is a one-time opportunity to have Banner's design team show you architectural options to make your home the neighborhood showcase. Call for a free consultation, 314-569-1050. Now hiring qualified carpenters.
So I remember it was the day after Christmas when Nick was about 15 years old, and he woke me up at about 2 in the morning. My stomach hurts. Let's take some Pepto-Bismol. A couple hours later, my stomach still hurts. We went to the ER. He had an appendicitis, had to have surgery. And at that moment, everything stopped. Nothing mattered to me at all other than my child was, in need of surgery. the simplest kind of surgery, nothing like orthopedic, but still it's your child going under general anesthetic. So if your child should go down during a soccer game and be uncontrollably crying because they may have ripped an ACL or an MCL, an elderly loved one falls and breaks a hip like my mom did on opening day this year, or it could be you. If you need a really great orthopedic surgeon who's also a really great person, which matters, if you haven't met a surgeon that doesn't have the God complex, you need to meet more surgeons because it's pretty prevalent out there. Corey's very cool. A little bit of a goofball even. He's like a funny, affable guy. He's going to make you feel comfortable. Not a goofball in the OR. Really, really great surgeon. He is with the Midwest Orthopedic and Spine Specialist. You can call him at 636-231-5881 or Solman, that's SOLMAN, SolmanOrthopedics.com.
Hi, my name is Christina Straight, the owner of Straight Realty, and I'm asking you, what do you want in a realtor? Do you want experience? I've been a broker for over 21 years. Do you want to know how much I've sold? I've sold over $500 million, yes, $1 billion with a B, in sales. Do you want value? I now list properties for only 2%. So, if you're looking for all these things and want the best, then call me, 314-441-4444. Why pay more than 2? You can also listen to my podcast on my website, straightrealty.com.
Commissions are not regulated and negotiable. Straight Realty is a licensed broker in the state of Missouri.
Welcome back, DGS on KMOX. Tomorrow's National Potato Day, which makes this Potato Eve.
Oh.
Very nice.
Yeah.
How do you celebrate Potato Eve?
Big baker. Big old baked potato. Salt on the outside jacket, butter, sour cream, little ranch. Chef's kiss.
Call. Any bacon bits or anything?
I love
little cheese.
Old school bacon bits.
Okay.
The kind that break your teeth.
The kind that aren't actually bacon.
Yes. Yes. Loved Bako bits.
Oh, man.
You ever think about if we had not evolved ears, we would have no idea that sound exists. So what other things out there are there that we just didn't evolve a sensory organ for? It's the kind of thing you say when you're stoned.
How would we even know?
You wouldn't. Unless we find some technology that you're like, oh, okay.
It would have to be an accidental discovery, though, right?
Pretty much.
Because I think that's
you
how
wouldn't
we
be looking for it.
Right, because that's how we discovered, like, oh, my gosh, there are bands of light we can't see.
Oh, speaking of,
colors
have you seen these new contact lenses?
No.
They've created these contact lenses that, we've all either looked through night vision goggles or we've seen it on television. Everyone looks bright green because that's infrared. And they've developed a new one that you can see red, blue, and green. And so it looks much more realistic, and you can see them with your eyes closed because infrared goes through your eyelids. And so if you wear these contact lenses, like at night, you can have your eyes closed and you can see almost as well as you see during the day.
That's so crazy.
Isn't that nuts?
So crazy.
Yeah.
So you could pretend you're asleep.
Right.
And somebody tries to surprise you like, I got you.
And I'm sure the government developed this. And it seems like, when we saw the stealth fighter and the stealth bomber in the Gulf War, they had that since, I think, like the early 80s.
Mm-hmm.
We're always about 20 years, lagging.
Our knowledge of it is usually a couple decades
So if we
past.
know about this stuff, who knows what we really have?
Man, what do we really have? Can we travel in time? I don't think so, though, because if we could travel in time, we could fix some stuff.
Yes. Agreed.
But we're not fixing anything.
Which is why...
Well, we wouldn't know it, though, would we? Depending on how it works.
Yeah, because if 1,000 years from now, humans develop time travel, and they are traveling back to our time, would we know it? Maybe they figured out how to get rid of, like, the... what's it called? The
paradox?
The paradoxes, yes.
I would be curious to just learned, if it's ever possible, what of those things is actually a thing. Right? Like, don't interact with your former self. I mean, like, everything we know about those things is all from movies. So they're just made up rules.
Yeah.
It's like the vampire stuff. Like, oh, they don't like garlic. How do you know? What if they love garlic? What if you're just bringing them in?
I kind of take issue with you saying that if we didn't evolve ears, we would have no idea that sound existed. Because if there was like a large sound or a really loud sound, you can see that, like, ripples of that. You know, we'd be able to figure out. Yeah, we'd be able to figure out that something was going on. You know,
you could feel the big sounds because you can feel the vibration in your chest, but you wouldn't know it as a sound, though. You would know it as a vibration. You would know it as a physical feeling.
Right. What do you mean you can see sound?
Or like if you're standing, I'm thinking of like in Jurassic Park, whenever I guess that's not sound. I guess that's the T-Rex stomping on the ground.
Yeah.
But I mean,
it would
if you
be
were
a
near
different
a lake and there
sensory.
was like a loud sound, you would see like ripples in the water or something, right?
You could, yeah. If it's near water, you could definitely see that.
So then you could extrapolate, hey, there's something
Something's
causing
happening.
waves.
Right.
Right.
But I'm sure there's tons of stuff
Yeah.
going on in reality that we have no idea.
Well, just look how many things we discover in the limited number of tools that we have in space and all the things. Like every year we're finding things like, wow, we didn't know that existed.
Yeah.
Wow, what's that thing?
We would appreciate it if you guys would vote for us each day in the A-List Awards. It only goes for a couple of weeks. I'm doing my best. I'm voting for the Dave Glover Show like crazy.
Me too.
All you have to do, we have a click-through link on the Facebook page and just vote, and we appreciate that.
Bernie Miklas here for Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin comfort dealer. The Saliga family's been taking great care of St. Louis since 1927 and still have the best and most trustworthy customer service in town. Saliga can handle all of your heating and air conditioning needs for home or business. They offer free estimates and financing options, and they won't leave you hanging if there's an emergency. The Miklas family's been calling on Saliga for more than 15 years, and we fully appreciate their knowledge, their class, and their integrity. Saliga's never tried to pressure us. They always take the time to discuss all the available options, including low-cost solutions. Saliga has saved us good money with their Priority Club maintenance program, which extends the life of our equipment. Members receive priority service and the peace of mind in knowing their home will be safe and comfortable during all 4 seasons. The Miklas family truly values Saliga Heating and Cooling, and you will too. For more information, call Saliga at 314-481-7333 or visit SaligaHeatingandCooling.com.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime. We're not here to be the biggest. We're here to bring you something we believe is better. Our plans start at just $20. You'll get the same fast nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com/facts or a store near you. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio.
Tell you guys about Michael's Flooring Outlet, the easiest, simplest live that I do all day, the easiest, simplest live that I've ever done. It's flooring. And when it comes to flooring, like everything else, right? Like recently, I've had a bug up my butt looking at drums. I have 3 drum sets. I don't need any drums, but it's exciting to look at drums. And when you look at drums, you have really good companies like DW and Ludwig and Pearl and Yamaha and Sonar. And within those, you can get an entry-level kit. You can get a professional kit that's not a gazillion dollars, or you can get the $10,000, this is the nicest drums that we make in the world. Same way with flooring. You have Shaw and Coronet and Mohawk, and those are your DWs and Ludwigs and Pearls. And within those, you have like a kind of a starter indoor-outdoor kind of carpet. It's great. It's great quality, but it's not what you want in your formal room. Then you have the normal carpeting. This is good enough for anyone in the world. Then you have the luxury, where it's that room that, as a kid, that your rich friends, like, you couldn't even go in there. You certainly can't take Kool-Aid or pizza. We have it all. We have it at better prices than anyone else because we know what we mark up, and we mark up less. We shake your hand. We look you in the eye. We don't follow you around the store, but we're in the store if you need us. It really is kind of perfect. MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com.
For your best vision, visit the Doctors of Ophthalmology Associates. They're the doctors' doctors, and what that means is more than 250 doctors trust their eyes to the Doctors of Ophthalmology Associates, Doctors Greg Birdie, Ranja Malhotra, Robert Brusati, and Andy Royer. So you should trust your eyes to them as well. Doctors Birdie and Malhotra are also cornea surgeons. They're experts in diagnosis and treatment of diseases of the eye, dry eye, allergy eyes, cataracts, macular degeneration, glaucoma, and yes, they do LASIK surgery as well. So do it today. Make an appointment with the doctors' doctors, the Doctors of Ophthalmology Associates, and protect your sight. Call them at 314-966-5000. That's 314-966-5000 or youridoc.com. You can find Ophthalmology Associates at 12990 Manchester Road, just a half mile west of 270 on eastbound Manchester. youridoc.com.
The trusted voice of St. Louis. KMOX AM St. Louis. KMOX FM Hazelwood. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
At 3 o'clock, it's a cloudy sky, 68 downtown at the Arch. This news update is sponsored by the St. Louis Aquarium at Union Station. Today, after years of problems, the St. Louis County Council is asking questions about animal care and control.
Council Chairwoman Rita Hurd Days holds a committee of the whole meeting this afternoon at 3:30. They will question the new director, Malik Johnson, who is a public health administrator, not a veterinarian, and according to his LinkedIn profile, he does not have any shelter or animal experience.
We have also asked for an organizational chart with all these people listed. You know, there are several people who left, several people who have come. We're not aware of any of that. And so we've asked the director to bring us the latest organizational chart so we can talk about that.
Days does not know why the previous ACC director, Dr. Doug Pernikoff, quit, nor does she know Malik Johnson.
But clearly, if you're going to run a shelter, you have to, or you should have, some expertise in that area.
Days tells KMOX the communication from the Public Health Department is very sparse with the council, and when asked if a lack of funding for the facility was a contributing factor to the problems, the chairwoman says this is the first she's hearing about that. Maria Aquina, KMOX News.
A federal appeals court is allowing President Trump to continue collecting tariffs under an emergency powers law for now, as his administration appeals the order striking down the bulk of his signature set of economic policies. Trump is facing several lawsuits arguing the Liberation Day tariffs exceeded his authority and left the country's trade policy dependent on his whims. Secretary of State Marco Rubio yesterday said the U.S. will aggressively revoke visas for Chinese students, including those with ties to the Chinese Communist Party or studying in critical fields. Asked about it today, State Department spokesperson Tammy Bruce says,
people can still make their application, do their regular steps, but it's a two-step process, right? You apply, and then you have to get an appointment to meet with people to talk with them.
A ceasefire between Israel and Hamas may be getting closer.
White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says Israel has signed off on a 60-day ceasefire deal in Gaza.
Special Envoy Witkoff and the president submitted a ceasefire proposal to Hamas that Israel
backed and supported.
Speaking to reporters, Secretary Levitt also said Hamas is evaluating the proposal. The agreement is said to be a general framework that would include a long-term ceasefire, withdrawal of Israeli troops from Gaza, more aid for Palestinian civilians, and a transfer of power from Hamas to an independent Palestinian committee. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, the White House.
A big change for soccer fans. Here's KMOX's Jen Cease.
St. Louis City SC had a press conference today in response to the club's recent firing of Olaf Milberg as head coach just this past Tuesday. President and GM Diego Gigliani and sporting director Lutz Pfannenstiel opened with a statement taking full responsibility for the team's current standing and having to hire a new coach once again. City 2's David Critchley has already assumed caretaker or interim manager responsibilities. He spoke to the press today with a determination for the team to attack and defend consistently, push the lines of attack higher, and play entertaining soccer while getting results for St. Louis fans. City faces San Jose at home this Saturday at 1:30 p.m.
The KMOX Business Desk. Amazon's been busy.
If you were already having trouble keeping track of all the new smart home gadgets, there's another one you can add to the list. Amazon's Blink is out with a new video doorbell that provides a more expansive head-to-toe field of view. You can buy it for $70 in either black or white, and if you pay for a subscription, you'll receive notifications when people are captured by the camera. The New York Times has reached a deal to license its editorial content to Amazon for use across its artificial intelligence platforms. It's the first such agreement the paper has struck and will expand the reach of the Times. I'm Nancy Lyons, Bloomberg Radio.
Let's get an update of the St. Louis Business Index now with Stifel's Scott Bedell.
Good afternoon, Michael. Hello, everyone. A tug of war today around the zero line until stock investors finally taking the major averages into positive territory. At the 3 p.m. close, the Dow Jones Industrial Average was higher by 117 points, or just about 0.3% at 42,215. The Standard & Poor's 500 index added 0.4% to 5,912, while the NASDAQ Composite Index was up 0.4% at 19,175. The Bloomberg St. Louis Stock Index was the star performer today, gaining 1.2% to 1,555. Helping that index to move higher, Boeing added 3.3% at $208.18. Build-A-Bear Workshop jumped 21% to $52.03. Stifel Financial up 0.4% at $94.94. On the downside, Charter Communication fell 2.8% at $395.81, while Caleres tumbled 18%. They closed at $13.38. This has been Scott Bedell from Stifel Financial, member SIPC and New York Stock Exchange. For more information about our firm, we invite you to visit our website at stifel.com.
We've got a stalled vehicle 70 west at 170. That's got the left 3 lanes closed there. We've also got 270 going north at Tesson Ferry, right shoulder. 70 west at Lake St. Louis Boulevard. Crash in the left lane and left shoulder. Stall 44 west at 55 on the right side. And 270 north at 64. The right shoulder's blocked.
Kind of a gloomy Thursday afternoon with periods of showers, couple of rumbles, but no severe weather to be concerned about. It's on the cool side for the end of May, 70 for the high. Tonight, clouds and showers, 57. Then we're getting into a dry stretch for several days. Friday, mostly sunny and nice, 75. Clear skies on Friday night, 59. Saturday and Sunday, sunshine, warmer, 84 each day. I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
We've got clouds and 67 in St. Peter's, drizzle 67 in Florissant, and a cloudy sky 68 downtown at the Arch. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
Brought to you by Visit Missouri.
When you golf in Missouri, the courses are so close, you'll spend more time on the fairway than the freeway. After the back nine, enjoy our world-class dining and distilleries, shops and spas, museums, and more. Find your new golf MO at visitmo.com.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Welcome back, guys. DGS 1041 FM KMOX. Getting kind of dark out there. A few rain clouds. Just talking to Janelle here. Janelle is a warm weather Cardinals goer.
Yes, I am.
Like-
As opposed to a fair weather.
Yes.
It's a different thing.
Certainly
Yes.
not a fair weather.
Not
You're
fair
a hot weather.
Hot weather. I am a consistent fan, but I like the hot weather.
You follow any other teams?
Oh, the Orioles are my other team. Like, I am a huge Orioles fan. So, like, this past series was great, except for I was at the movies for every night. So, yeah, tonight, when I leave here, I'm going to go home, get on the FanDuel Sports Network, and I'm going to rewatch both games that I missed, and I'm going to sit there and score.
Look at you.
I know. It's
You
exciting
are-
life, right?
I'm not sure what adjective to use.
Sad.
No, it's complimentary. I just
No,
can't
it's
find
not.
the right word.
If it was, you wouldn't have trouble.
Unique. You're unique.
Oh, that's...
No, I mean it in a good way. I think it's cool that you go home and watch games you haven't seen and take score. That's cool.
Well, the nice thing about, again, not to promote the FanDuel because they certainly don't do anything for me, wink, wink, it cuts out all the commercials. Yeah, so you can rewatch a game. And
It
then-
is a lot faster.
Yeah.
I do that quite a bit for games all over the time. And it's you can watch not scoring it, but you can
Right.
watch one in probably 35, 40 minutes.
I go back. I have MLB as well, and I'll like tonight. No Cardinals game, and I can just watch any teams
Sure.
play. And if it's like Colorado and Texas, I'm like snore because I don't know the players.
Right.
But I just like watching baseball.
Yeah, that I will say that's the one thing that's been nice about scoring games is you get very comfortable knowing the other team's roster
Yeah.
and their bullpen and who's on the bench and everything, and then you start to really pick up on who are the hot players on each team. And then that makes when you go to games, you want to go and see that particular player. Like I wanted to see Jackson Merrill. I wanted to see Mookie Betts. I want to see certain players on the field. Yeah, so that's a nice thing about scoring games is that's the added benefit of.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think that one thing that baseball fans need to do better is watch games that aren't just their team.
Agreed.
Because you don't have an understanding of what's happening. Like people think, we get this a lot. You know, Matt Pauley and I do on Redbird Rush Hour. You get it on Gas House, or he gets it on Sports Open Line. Is you can tell who only watches the Cardinals and who watches Major League Baseball.
Sure.
Because the things that people think are Cardinal problems are just normal baseball circumstances, like strikeouts or whatever it happens to be. When you watch more games, you understand it because you see it. And you're like, oh, yeah, the Padres have the same thing that we have. Oh, so do the Dodgers. Oh, wow, look at that. The Orioles do too. If you don't watch anything but your own team, it's literally all you know, and you think everything is unique to them.
That's well said.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see anything this week you liked?
Let's see. I've seen Bring Her Back, which is the horror movie, The Phoenician Scheme, Karate Kid Legends, and Bono's Stories of Surrender. I know how much
gosh.
I know how much
Let's
you
start
like him.
with Wes Anderson. How was that? Are you a Wes Anderson person?
I'm okay about him. I know there's some people that are super fanatic about him, and other people don't understand his vision, and I get that because he does have a very unique vision in the way he shoots movies, color schemes, just scene setting, everything. It was better than Asteroid City. I was not a fan of Asteroid City, but like Moonrise Kingdom or really like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. I think the cast is amazing. I was shocked to see Benicio del Toro be so good in it, so dry. So really liked him. It has like Tom Hanks, Bryan Cranston. Oh gosh, Michael Cera, Bill Murray, Willem Dafoe. It's got a whole so really fun. I mean, it's it's beautiful like most of his movies are, but a lot better than the one that came out.
See, I liked
years ago.
Asteroid City. I felt like I didn't get it. I feel like I get most things,
right?
But with Wes Anderson, I always at the end I'm like I missed a whole lot,
right?
But it's sort of like watching baseball. I don't care who I'm watching. I can watch a Wes Anderson movie with the sound off.
Oh yeah, because it's his really are shot like art.
Yeah.
It's he has a certain vision, and like I said, some people don't like it. Some people are like you, like this is way too smart for me. I think this went over my head. But no, this one was very dry, very funny. It's not hard to understand, and I think like everybody, the cast is great. So
yeah. And what were the other ones you said?
Bring Her Back is the horror movie
How's
done
that?
by the. Did you see Talk to Me?
I did.
Okay, did you like Talk to Me?
I did.
Okay, then you probably will like Bring Her Back. I like Talk to Me better. than bring her back because I liked the story building that was in Talk to Me. You had a backstory on that hand. You get a little less of that and bring her back, but it is certainly just as horrific and disgusting.
Okay.
So if you like faces being smashed in,
Yeah.
it's right up your alley.
I don't remember that about Talk to Me. I remember it. I remember going into it scared. Like I'm ready. Like I'm ready to be scared. And I was. I thought it was a creepy premise.
The directors, I did not know they were previously YouTubers that got into directing.
Cool.
Yeah. But yeah, they have a vision. It's about grief and moving on, and it's still kind of that theme, and a mother that lost her daughter and is trying to replace her by cultish kind of means. So yeah, but it is very graphic. You don't really remember that in Talk to Me?
No, I don't.
Wow.
No.
So you went in scared and just blocked it all out.
Probably.
Just put that in a little box in your brain, and wow, that's impressive because it is gross.
I'm not big on the gore, and for me, it's not that it bothers me so much. I mean, I'm gonna wince and cover my face like everyone else does. I just feel like, what could you have done other than that? What could you have done that would have been more interesting than blood splatter?
There's a clip from Terrifier floating around Twitter
it's
right
the clown,
now.
right?
Yeah, and first of all, I don't think you should be posting that stuff without like a trigger warning because it's so graphic and so gross. But a lot of people are saying the same thing as you, Dave. Like it's just kind of weird if you're like super into gore to this point.
I think isn't it like almost like gore porn? I mean, like I hate to be like it's just.
Oh yeah, it's like that's exactly it. There's something like very wrong about it.
If you put those together, you get the gorn.
Is that what he was?
He was gore porn.
You touch your brain. That's what he made you think of.
That's right. In a very specific spot. Anything streaming that we should be aware of?
Mickey 17 is on HBO now, and the new Captain America is on Disney Plus.
I keep not watching Mickey 17.
You keep not on purpose?
I watch the trailer and I'm like, yeah, Sunday afternoon I can do that, and then I just don't get it.
Yeah, it's an okay movie. There's nothing great about it. It's pretty political.
Is it like Moon?
Maybe. It's I don't know. It's sci-fi. It's weird. It's funny. It's a dark comedy. So, but it's an okay movie. It's a little long. Everything seems to be going about 20-30 minutes too long now.
Yeah.
But
I often just get sick of seeing movies.
A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of thought that I had to watch the Bono stories again. I know how much you enjoy him.
Kev likes him.
Do you like Bono?
He's fine.
He's fine.
He's fine.
He's fine. Not a huge U2 guy, but he's fine.
Yeah, it's very much for U2 fans. It's good. He talks about the very complicated relationship he had with his father growing up, but it's very, I don't want to say self-aggrandizing because that makes him sound like he was super powerful, and he is trying to be humble in it. But yeah, it's a little theatrical. It's a one-man stage show, so.
Yeah. I mean, when you're Bono, it's hard to.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a companion to his 2022 memoir, but so I don't understand the whole purpose of it. But
Yeah.
I suppose he saw that Bruce Springsteen got an Apple documentary and wanted one himself. So
Yeah. Leroy online says McKnight family reunion, Atlanta, Georgia, July. So I guess we're all
there
going.
we go. Hey.
That's our invite.
I got to tell you, a little word of advice. Atlanta in July is hot.
Why would he think that this was something else? Because I don't have social media.
Depending on what platform you're using, like, so looks like he's on Facebook. Facebook Messenger can be.
Is he letting
you
us
could be
know?
You could be on the wrong thread.
Gotcha.
If
That's
you
a close one. Could have been worse.
Yeah.
Is this an invite?
We're
It
just
really-
invited to the cookout.
Or we're going to Atlanta.
Looking for the perfect townhome in St. Peter's? Don't miss the display grand opening of the Townsend Linneman, Saturday, June 7th from 12 to 5 p.m. Tour our brand new decorated display, enjoy appetizers, and enter our prize giveaway. Visit us and discover luxury 2 to 3 bedroom townhomes with 2-car attached garages and unparalleled community amenities, including a pool, pool house, dog park, and more. Plus, enjoy pre-construction pricing up to $25,000 off. Visit us just south of 364 west of Jung Station Road. For more details, visit LombardoHomes.com.
Hi, everybody. It's Brian Green from the Commercial Break Podcast.
podcast. It's likely you've heard of the show if you're directly related to me or you follow our MySpace page. But I'm not here to talk to those 3 listeners. I'm here to appeal to people who haven't heard the show. Along with my co-host Kristen Joy Hoadley, we're taking a deeper look at the topics that are affecting our youth today. Like, who are the people who are dating ghosts? Where did all these pickup artists come from? And why doesn't my preacher have a nicer private jet? We understand that these are the issues you really want to get to the bottom of. The commercial break is now available on the Odyssey app or wherever you find your podcasts.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime. We're not here to be the biggest. We're here to bring you something we believe is better. Our plans start at just $20. You'll get the same fast nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com/fax or a store near you. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Not available in all states. Rates vary. Building a financial safety net for your family can be tough. But with term life insurance through Ethos, you can have peace of mind that they can pay the mortgage and other bills if something happens to you. With coverage in as little as 10 minutes, all online, Ethos finds your best rate across their multiple trusted carriers. Some policies as low as $1 a day billed monthly. And even in uncertain times, your term life insurance rates and payout don't change. Get your free quote at ethos.com/life. That's ethos.com/life.
Homeowners, spring is here and there's no better time to sell your St. Louis home. But the agent you choose matters. So who should you call? Trusted Realtor Gloria Liu with your home sold guaranteed realty. This is Debbie Monterey, and here's why Gloria should be your first call. While the average realtor puts a sign in your yard and hopes your home sells, Gloria will guarantee to sell your home for 100% of market value, or Gloria will pay you the difference. In this market, you don't want to risk working with someone who doesn't have the guarantees, the buyers, or the experience to help you sell within your time frame and for the most money. Many realtors will overprice your home just to get your business, which can lead to your home sitting on the market with little or no offers and then price reductions. If you want to sell your home for 100% of market value or have Gloria pay you the difference, call Gloria Liu at 314-325-6888, 314-325-6888, or online at gloriahasthebuyers.com. Gloria and seller must agree on price and possession date.
Hi, Mia here at the winnings desk of the Missouri Lottery. With 56 million winning tickets last year, anyone can win big. So set your destination to winning, like gas stations, grocery stores, or anywhere you can buy a ticket. The Missouri Lottery. Winners welcome and play responsibly.
The Chris and Amy Show. Weekdays starting at 9 on 104.1 FM. KMOX.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX. Our buddy Janelle hanging out with us for another segment. So, Wheels, you left your pants at work the other day?
Yeah, it seemed a little weird, but I was changing before practice for baseball, and I just left I just left the stuff there. But what led to was a problem that I didn't anticipate. Is I only have one belt, and my belt was on the jeans that were here.
That's one more belt than I have.
So I had to go beltless until I got here the next day, and I didn't like it.
Are you? Oh, you're a belt guy.
I'm a belt dude. I did not like it. It felt like it was air getting in that shouldn't get in, and
why did that bother me so much?
It's this little slippage.
Oh, well.
Like the jeans are sliding a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like, you get the little lowrider look for a second. You're like, nope, got to cinch that up. Don't like that.
I would like to ask you to stop making me so hot.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But it made me laugh because it's the dumbest thing, and it's just one little thing. But one little thing being off, it wasn't right.
Your whole day was ruined.
No, not ruined. It was just more like, all right, I got to make constant adjustments so that it's normal, as opposed to being like, nope, yep, that's fine that, the breeze is there.
You need a rope. Just like a spare rope.
Yeah, like Jethro.
Or I could just have two belts instead of
you
one.
You could. You do live right by the coals.
I have one belt.
Or you could just buy pants that fit you.
They do fit.
Not if you need a belt.
Yeah.
And there's slippage, we heard, in air.
Well, no, yeah, like when you move around, like the top rim, it just kind of slides down a little bit.
Everything you're saying is awful.
I just need to have it. That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
And I don't like that. I'm not a plumber.
Oh, well.
I don't want to be seen as the plumber, but And actually, more than seen,
that belt's doing some heavy lifting.
You know, like more than
know.
seen, I don't like the feeling of the breeze being there. I don't like it.
What kind of belt you got?
I don't know. It's just a regular leather belt.
Is it reversible?
No.
You got a big buckle?
No, it's just a normal little buckle. I don't like big buckles.
Okay.
And you cannot lie.
Yeah. I like big buckles that I can't do that.
I've learned just about as much about you in this last 2 minutes as I knew before.
It's like these dumb little things. You're just like, it's not right. Don't feel normal until you got it the way it always is.
See, I often feel silly when I wear a belt.
Silly.
Yeah.
I like that word.
Yeah, like it's like, who does she think she is? That outfit
Wearing
needed
a
a
belt.
belt.
You're not belt worthy?
It feels like that
Well,
sometimes.
in fairness, like I don't tuck anything in, so my shirts, you can't see that there's a belt there because my shirt's hanging out.
I wasn't
So
aware
it's
that you were a belt
more of
wearer.
a feel thing than it is.
Yeah.
And it's not like I don't like things moving. I don't like it moving around. I don't like my pants moving around.
I don't like any more around my waist than I need.
Oh, I'm fine with that. Just don't be sliding.
There for a while, I stopped wearing pants at all.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How'd you pull that off?
At home?
Before Phoebe was born.
Oh, you
Yeah.
mean around the house?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not
All
going
right.
to
I was like,
Cone
it seems like going to work all Winnie Pooh.
No, I was definitely Winnie the Pooh.
Donald Duck.
Yeah, Donald Duck.
Maureen sent me down and had a talk with me.
It's like, yeah, you gotta wear something there, buddy.
Just a belt.
Because
Just the belt.
the other pants that I wear, they all have like sweatpants. They have a band or there's a string that you tie or whatever, and jeans don't have that. So
We know how pants
I need a belt. I'm just saying,
You
like,
could buy pregnancy jeans.
wait, what's that?
They're like stretchy. And
Well,
they
yeah,
have
the
a panel
problem
in
is-
the front.
Yeah, no, I don't need that. I mean, these are the stretchy material ones. I like these jeans. Those are like I like that feel, but
What's your brand?
I don't know, whatever these are.
Oh, you don't know what brand of pants you wear.
They're either Lee or Levi's, one of those.
Oh, for the love of God.
I don't know.
I feel like you think it makes you less of a man to know what kind of jeans you
No,
wear.
not at all. I just don't remember.
100%, I think that too.
They're either
You felt that?
they're either
I
bought
don't know
it.
what kind of pants I wear.
I think they're Lee, and I think I originally found them at Kohl's, and then I just order them online.
They say MVP in the waistband, if that.
They're Jordache jeans.
Yeah, that makes a difference.
Nothing gets in between him and his
Yeah.
Jordan.
I would love if you wore Jordache.
With a comb out of my back pocket.
Yeah.
Like back in the 80s.
Kevin's more likely to wear Jinkos.
What?
The great big baggy ones that.
Oh, the corn ones? Like the big,
Yeah.
the
corn types wear.
I wouldn't have worn those.
What's
no.
a corn type?
The
like
band
new
corn, but
metal,
like
Limp Bizkit.
yeah.
You know
I
the.
thought I was going with seed
That's
corn.
a good better put it.
Extremely baggy.
The new metal. Yeah. That no, I don't like those.
Can tell this guy's into corn.
There's too much breeze in that too.
It's a
Oh,
real
did you
thing
wear
for
those really big baggy ones from like the sports ones from like the 80s that had the
Zubaz?
Yes.
No, I didn't like those.
You wore MC Hammer pants though?
I had Hammer pants. I had like several pairs of Hammer pants.
Really?
Yeah. They were pretty sweet.
But there's not not too much air in those.
No, but they had
There's nothing but
No,
air.
listen,
There's
no.
what air?
Slippage.
The ankles were tight to your ankles like sweatpants.
Okay, so everything slipped to your ankles.
So this is
No,
trapping all
because
the air.
top. No, the top had.
I wish.
You know what the top had is it had Velcro that pulled tight,
Oh,
so there was nothing getting in the feet or in the booty side.
The booty side.
it's a fear
What
you
gets
have?
in your booty
No,
side?
like from the top. From
Yeah,
the top.
what
I
are you
don't-
worried about getting in the booty side?
Yeah,
From
what
the
are you
top, I
bud?
don't like air getting in there.
Maybe you
I
do
don't
like
ever
air
wear
getting
a
in
belt, and also air doesn't
No.
get into the
Yeah.
Your
booty,
booty
side.
side. No.
I'm telling you, it just there's a breeze.
I think you like it too much.
I don't like the breeze.
I think Janelle's onto something.
Yeah, I don't like it. That's why I got to have my belt.
It makes you uncomfortable.
You're like,
But like
fiddle-dee.
Hammer pants took care of all
Starting to
that.
feel whimsical here.
Don't hurt them.
And yeah, they're pretty sweet.
But they're so stupid.
Yeah, they are, but they weren't.
That's a good point.
they are now. In 1991 in South Beach, they were not stupid.
How
The hammer pants?
Yeah.
Did you do a crop top with it?
No.
You went baggy all over
You know
it?
how pale I am. You think I'm gonna pull off a crop top? Be
Yes.
blinding people with the reflection
what
of the
do you
sun.
match with hammer pants?
Yeah.
I just I don't remember t-shirts.
Oh, it's mesh.
No, I didn't have any mesh. No, that wasn't me.
What are you, Popeye?
I'd get sunburned. I'd have like a
any
mesh pattern on my chest and stomach from sunburn.
Small mesh, not like huge.
Oh, it would get through.
fishnet.
I'm so pale, it would be not great.
Man, mine was my version of that was parachute pants.
Yeah, I had those too, but that was more like junior high school.
Playing in a band and I had red parachute pants.
Oh, you had red ones.
And a black sleeveless shirt with a red lightning bolt on it.
Nice.
That was my go-to.
Yeah.
Headband?
Sometimes. Wristbands definitely playing drums.
Like the Loverboy headband type thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A kerchief. I've told you about this.
Yeah.
When my sister was a teacher and I was a freshman in college and I went to monitor her class, and I was wearing parachute pants, Chuck Taylors, and a 3/4 length baseball jersey with a sleeveless OP over it, with a kerchief around my
Ocean
neck.
Pacific.
And a kerchief around my leg.
Nice.
And I heard a girl go, "He's so cute."
Yeah.
And I was just like,
Dave's like, I'm wearing. Yeah. Dude, Ocean Pacific was the bomb.
Yeah.
In Kirkwood, mornings start early, and so does the news. From downtown shops to the farmer's market, KMOX is on.
Congratulations, Debbie in Kirkwood. Debbie from Kirkwood has won tickets to see the Battlehawks play.
Oh, she's going to have a good time.
Oh, she's going to have the best time.
Now on 104.1 FM, KMOX is clearer than ever. Same great stories, same trusted voices, just easier to catch. 104.1 FM, KMOX, the voice of Kirkwood, the voice of St. Louis.
This is Mason Wynn of the Cards. Community America asked me to tell you what it feels like on Profit Payout Day, when our members get a portion of the profits. I'm thinking it probably feels like opening day. Exciting, new, or even better, I bet it feels like playing the star shortstop who turns a game-winning double play. And the fans go wild. They ask for selfies with you and autographs. You get a lifetime supply of free stadium hot dogs. Yep, that's basically what it feels like when you get your profit payout. Community America Credit Union, invested in you.
When you have Rhino Shield on your house, it does a couple of things for you. It beautifies the house, and it protects it from the harshest elements. And boy, do we see those here in the greater St. Louis area. You get instant curb appeal. It will stick to anything. Rhino Shield is the answer, no matter whether you're painting a home or a church or a business or a condo, because it's 100% waterproof. It takes care of the outdoor maintenance on whatever is on the outside of your home. The brick, the block, aluminum, steel, stucco. They can put this on with the 2 to 3 coat process. They're there about a week, and they do a great job. A lot of businesses have done it in the area. Several Firestones have done that. Vantage Credit Union over the years, Harlan Packaging down in DeSoto. Call Darren today and schedule your free estimate. 877-25-RHINO, easy to remember phone number, or go online today at 877-25rhino.com.
Traffic from the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Well, they're working a crash, Saline Road at Country Air Court in Fenton right now. There is a lane restriction. Saline Road was blocked as of a few minutes ago. We have a crash on eastbound 44. It's near the Miraz overpass, eastbound 44. So before you get to 270 there, and it was hard to tell. The one vehicle was on the shoulder, but it looks like, yeah, they do have the right lane blocked now because the ambulance pulled up. So there's a jam back to about poles on eastbound 44. Downtown, we've got a crash on the Illinois side. Route 3 is shut down northbound between Queenie and Monsanto. That was shut down both ways earlier, but there's a jam both directions there. And, of course, that emergency repair work continues eastbound at the Illinois end of the Poplar Street Bridge. Left lane's closed. Eastbound 44 is jammed back through Jefferson. 64 is at about Union Station. Westbound 44 bogged down past the bridges, and eastbound 70 east of the Mutual Veterans Bridge is slow as well. Southbound 55 south of Gravois down through Bates is heavy. North of Z through McNutt is slow. Southbound 170 bogs down, and Olive Course roads are wet from light rains. Westbound 64 jam Kings Highway to Clayton Skinker, but it's slow all the way to 270. We had a crash at Lindbergh, Clarkson at Topgolf, and 364 out to Highway 70. Westbound 70 jams at 170 because of an incident. It's backed up almost to Bermuda, but slow back at Jennings Station. And they cleared a crash at Lake St. Louis. It was in the left lane, but traffic backs up at about Highway at TR Hughes through K. I'm Roger Brand in the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Hey, it's Matt Pauley telling you about i3 Broadband. You've heard me talk about them. They provide the internet in my home. I love them so much. The reliability is great. Let's talk about price for a moment, though. They've got an introductory rate at $19.99 a month for one of their service options. No bundle ever required. You're going to save $10 a month over the cable company. They've got great pricing on all of their different packages, going up to 8 gigs upload and download speed, always mirrored. See if they're available in your neighborhood. Put your address in at i3broadband.com.
When we started Neovitin back in 2009, we wanted to create a multivitamin that we would take ourselves. That's why we use quality ingredients in our Neovitin Original Formula multivitamin. With over 20 vitamins and minerals, along with our physician-formulated proprietary blend, you can be sure you are getting the highest quality daily nutritional support. Give Neovitin Original Formula multivitamin a try for yourself. Find it at your local Schnucks, Deerbergs, and online at neovitin.com.
Tom Ackerman here, joining Busey Bank in recognizing Ron Doherty for building community. President and CEO Ron Doherty has been strengthening our communities for 40 years. After merging Doherty Business Solutions with CGI, he launched Doherty Enterprises and Foundation, which supports the Alzheimer's Association, other worthy causes, and innovative solutions with millions of dollars annually. Follow Doherty Enterprises on LinkedIn to learn more.
This is Pat Buring, Executive Vice President of Busey Bank. The Doherty Foundation supports the Alzheimer's Association and other causes financially, while Doherty Enterprises uses AI and advanced technology to provide support and relief to patients and caregivers dealing with Alzheimer's and other dementia diseases. Follow their lead. That's what building community is all about. Join Busey. Get involved as we continue building the communities we call home.
Cards manager Ollie Marmol joins the Gas House Gang every Tuesday at noon. Sponsored by Siteman Cancer Center on the voice of the Cardinals. 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Welcome back, DGS 334. Janelle still hanging out with us. Dave Murray joins us. Hello, Dave.
Hello, guys.
How are you?
Doing good.
Good. Good to hear. How's weather out by you? Always great?
We're in this May, gray, June gloom pattern every year. Cloudy, chilly in the morning. About 11 o'clock in the morning, noontime, sun starts to come out.
Nice.
Warms up to 70.
Yeah. We got much coming in today?
Just kind of what we have.
Okay.
A lot of clouds, little light rain from time to time. Might be a brief downpour here and there. No, nothing strong, nothing severe by any means. Hear a rumble of thunder, don't be surprised. But that's the story for this evening. That's the story for most of the overnight hours. And then we just break open into a dry pattern, at least for a few days. A lot of sunshine Friday, a little breezy, but 78 degrees. Then we start a little warm up for the weekend. Southerly flow starts to return. Sunny on Saturday, 84. Sunday, sunny and 87 degrees. The evenings are going to be spectacular. Friday evening, Saturday evening, and Sunday evening.
Very nice. Dave, I was just talking about I might buy one of those clear pop-up tents to put in my backyard because I'm a Hoosier. Where is your cozy place at your house?
And not a pop-up tent.
No. I figured you had better than that.
It kind of depends. I like to sit outside, obviously, out on the lawn furniture. Enjoy that. We have a
Dave's
couch.
got lawn furniture.
He's a patio guy like Andrew.
The patio
In
guy.
South Roxana, we call that furniture.
We have a couch. we have a leather couch that we've had since the 90s.
Yeah.
And it's upstairs. I love to take a nap on that.
I bet that's
fantastic.
comfy.
It is.
Where's your cozy
Those
spot?
are my
Wheels?
places.
Man cave.
Oh, that's right.
Recliner.
Mhm.
Yep. Right in front of my big TV.
Do you take the belt off and just let it all
I'm
hang?
wearing sweatpants at that point.
Puts another one on.
When I'm at home, I'm either wearing
Puts
shorts or
another one
sweatpants.
on.
Yeah, shorts and
You should wear
sweatpants.
2 belts at all times, and you take one off at night.
Yeah, that's true. That would feel more than
He's
that.
like Mr.
air.
Rogers. He comes home and he takes off his work belt and he
And they
puts
put on my
his
home belt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I only have one belt though, so kind of to say I just take that one off and put it back on, and now it's my home belt.
It should have like your gaming like your like
I
like
need,
a
I need
holster.
to, I do need
holster.
to, I do need to upgrade my game as far as like gaming chair goes. I need some, I like phone charger plugs in there. I don't have.
Yeah.
Our couch is old.
Surprised you
but
don't
it's
have that.
super comfortable though. I mean, it's
molded to
ugly.
you.
It's ugly and old, but it's so comfortable.
Yeah.
I thought you'd have something like you actually climb into It's got a steering wheel.
Right.
Oh,
Me too.
it's got that.
He's got a race car bed.
I do want that. I do want like
Lightning
a
McQueen.
race car drive.
I do. I want a gaming chair that's kind of like when you're a kid and you have the race car bed. I want one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind
figured
of do
you
want
had like
that.
helmets for your dogs and all
Yeah.
sorts of weird.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you sleep in?
Nope.
Whatever I'm wearing, shorts and a t-shirt.
Whatever you're wearing.
Yeah.
With a belt.
Like this shirt will probably be what I sleep in tonight.
Oh, okay. So you don't have like a cozy.
No, just whatever.
PJs.
Shorts,
So
always
wait,
shorts
you
and a
don't-
t-shirt.
You don't change the shirt? when you
Sometimes I
climb
do.
into bed?
Sometimes I don't.
You live your life.
I mean, if I had a sweaty day, then I'm definitely changing my shirt when I get home. You know, if it's in the summer, I'm probably going through 3 shirts a day.
Yeah.
You know, normal times, maybe it's 1.
Last weekend I was rotting and I didn't change my clothes or wash.
Yeah.
That's okay.
But that's the point of rotting.
Yeah.
That's the point.
Yeah, I guess
So,
if I, had I cleaned myself up, I'm not rotting.
Yeah, right. You'd just be
Yeah.
Who you getting
Normaling.
fancy for?
Yeah, clean rotting.
Yeah, you'd
That
be
is a
normaling.
nice feeling, though, whenever you are being super lazy and it's like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take a shower and change into a different pair of pajamas.
Yeah, costume change.
Yeah,
and then I'm going to
feels
feel
nice.
that I feel better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You feel
I
like
feel
you've
like I did
accomplished
something.
something.
Yeah. I
That's
did
always the
something.
first day of recovery from being sick.
Yeah.
Like when I'm sick, I'm definitely the rotting. I'm like, whatever. I'll smell better when I get better.
You know what I've been wanting to do to relax is to get my shingles vaccination because it put you down
yep.
so hard.
Dude, it made me. It
get
wiped my
that.
butt out for 2
Get
days.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I told everybody I'll take the sick for 2 days over getting
Were
the
you
shingles.
sick or were you just tired?
No, it's sick at first, and then it's just you can't wake up. You're just tired all the time.
That sounds so
You
good.
do not want shingles.
No,
No, I don't.
No,
No, I don't.
no. It's like fever. It's like having a fever for a couple of days. Like you're like headachy and tired, and
And it feels like the kind of thing I would get.
yeah,
Shingles seem
Shingles
like a
and-
Dave Glover kind of thing.
Dave got the shingles.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds like no fun, so I decided to pass on that.
How long do you have them? Dave, you had them, right?
I have not, but Janice has had it twice. And she's had the
Wait,
she's
you
had
can
the
get it more than
vaccine.
once?
Well, she did.
Dang
Now
it.
she had a very mild case in both times because she was vaccinated.
Okay.
But it's at least in the mild stage, at least a month.
Damn.
I knew my poster child for this is a guy we knew back east, very high up in IBM. He got it on his face and in his eyes. He was out for over 6 months.
LaRussa got it in his face, right?
He had it pretty bad for a bit. Yeah, pretty
Okay.
bad. Yeah.
I'm doing this. I'm picking out a weekend where I don't have anything, or maybe a weekday. Take a couple days off.
I mean, I did it on a Friday because
Yeah,
it doesn't
be
hit you
smart
right
about it.
away.
Yeah.
It was like it's like I did it Friday, like I don't know, it's 9 in the morning, something like that. By the time I got home from work, I was starting to feel it.
You were weird when you had it.
Yeah, it sucked.
Rach and I were texting about you a lot.
Yeah, there was a weird.
See, it happens.
He's
It
got
does
air in
happen.
his booty.
Yeah, well, you don't want to see what happens then.
No, I
Oh,
don't.
we don't.
I don't want any part of that. I don't want that for me.
That's an image I can't shake now. Thank you.
But we've all got one. And in mine, you're doing this.
Oh man,
Dave,
you a belt guy?
What if I put a pair of pants on, I'll probably put a belt on. I don't like wearing pants.
yeah. I prefer sweats and shorts, but like you know.
Yeah, shorts.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not sitting here in my underwear doing this.
Oh, boy.
Though I could.
Thanks for shattering that for me.
Dave's like wasted opportunity.
Dave Glover's like, you know what? Just go ahead and cancel the Dave Murray.
Yeah, if
segment.
he's now that I know he's wearing pants.
Oh, the camera fell down.
All the sexy's over. I realize more and more every day how I'm just not a man.
Why? Because you don't wear a belt?
That was one reason. That's one brick in the wall.
Why? How would that make? What's that have to do with anything?
Every man should have a belt.
Well, sure.
You
and
don't-
I don't.
You don't own
You don't
one?
have one?
No, I don't own a belt. When am I going to
know what
wear a
they-
belt?
I don't
You know
know.
what they make now is a gear. It's like a gear belt. You don't have little holes to put the thing in.
Right.
It actually is like a ratchet kind of thing.
Right.
Oh.
Once you figure it out, it's pretty cool.
You know what I did one time? This was when I was first in radio, and I was pretty fat, and someone left a tuxedo at the studio, like in the bag, and I took it home because no one touched it for a week, and it fit me like a glove. It was perfect, and I swear to God, this is true. See where this is going? I started wearing the tuxedo pants all the time. not like all the time to work, but like if we'd go out to dinner, I'm wearing tuxedo pants. Red flag number one.
Yeah.
And then it was so great because I was fat and I didn't care. And I'd go to like Citizen Kane Steakhouse, and the little fasteners were here.
A little clip, yeah.
And then afterwards, pop. Just it's perfect.
What would you wear with the tuxedo pants?
Oh, any number of things. I could lot of different accoutrement, Nothing good.
Ocean Pacific
Nothing
t-shirts.
really fits with tuxedo pants. But that's how little I cared.
Yeah.
Like, I just didn't care.
Yeah.
Would you wear sneakers with them?
No, I'm not a Philistine.
Okay,
No, I mean, I
so
would
you would wear like a
No.
like a loafer or something.
Clearly, I was wearing the Birkenstocks.
And then
tuxedo shoes.
When Maureen was pregnant with Phoebe, and I saw her pregnancy jeans that had a panel of Velcro, not Velcro, Lycra in the front. And I'm like, they make those? Like, I didn't know this entire time. I was really pissed they didn't make those for men.
And you tried them on.
No, she's pretty small, and I was pretty big. It would have made
lady close.
I'd have made a
Those
nice
would have
hat.
been some high waters.
Oh,
on you.
yeah. Reminds me one time when Nick was a little chubby when he was a little kid, and he wanted a pirate outfit. And the only one they had was extra small, and he was a husky.
Oh.
But he insisted. Yeah. Yeah. That was interesting.
Yeah.
Talk about pirate booty.
I thought you wore a pair of her shorts one time.
A pair of what?
Her shorts one time. Didn't you wear it?
Yeah, that was the time I ripped my jeans. And Pigpen, my stoner producer, I asked him to get a pair of my shorts out of my car, and he grabbed Maureen's shorts. And Maureen's 5 foot nothing, 100 nothing, and they were booty shorts. And my shirt I was wearing was not long, but it covered the shorts.
So you looked like Winnie the Pooh.
Yes, it was.
He felt the air.
Yes,
Felt the air. Yeah,
I felt.
You definitely had air butt.
Tell you what, there was any slippage.
Just another image we can't get out of our minds. That's two in this segment.
I was as high and tight as your hair was.
Nothing going nowhere.
No, it's all staying in place. All right, Dave. Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
You got it.
Tell you guys about BioBalance Health. Obviously, I'm a big believer in Dr. Kathy Maupin. She is a medical doctor. She's an OBGYN. She's delivered thousands and thousands of babies. And then about 15 years ago, when she discovered this treatment for her, the bioidentical hormone replacement therapy, she just shifted into just doing this. She was such a big believer in it. It brought her back from a terrible depression and a weight gain of about 60 pounds and just laying in bed for 6 months and being depressed because she'd had a hysterectomy. She's very open about this, and she started doing the pellets herself. There's no treatment there that she doesn't have herself. She puts her money where her mouth is, puts her face where she wants to put your face, and she looks like $1 million. She looks 20 years younger than she actually is. Hopefully I look a little younger than my 60 years. If I do, a lot of that is credited to BioBalance Skin. You can go right next door and get Botox or chemical peels or micro needling. Nothing hurts too much. Botox is what it is. It's needles. But there's so many things like the chemical peels. It's just wiping moist towelettes on your face, and a couple days later, your face peels off and you got a new baby face underneath. For all things Dr. Maupin, go to BioBalanceHealth.com.
Dave Murray's forecast was sponsored by Chesterfield Fence and Deck. Chesterfield Fence and Deck is your premier provider of fence, decks, patios, sunrooms, and more. Call them for a free estimate today. Now offering 48 months interest-free financing on your next outdoor project. Chesterfield Fence and Deck, ChesterfieldFence.com.
Traffic from the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
A lot of slow traffic out there because of the weather this afternoon. This traffic reports a service to Saks Financial, westbound 70 from Riverview all the way out past the airport slow. We had a crash at the Interbelt. They cleared it. It was at the ramp from the Interbelt on the westbound 70, but it's still slow going in the area there. And then we're slow again from 79 all the way through Lake St. Louis Boulevard and A to Z in the Wentzville area. A bit of a backup. Westbound 64 Boyle out through Clayton Skinker's Jam, but it's slow all the way to Hanley. It's slow. Lindbergh to 270. Clarkson out through Boone's Crossing and west of Winghaven out to 70. Some stop-and-go pockets. Southbound 70 on the brakes the way it usually is. South of Page to Ladue remains busy both ways between Doherty Ferry and Ladue are slow. Southbound 44 down to Gravelway and approaching Tesson Ferry. They cleared that crash. Eastbound 44 at Mirage. Traffic still slow at Bowles, though. Eastbound 44 downtown jams east of Grand, 64 east of Jefferson across the Poplar because of those emergency repairs. 44 both ways between the bridges is heavy, and eastbound 70 east of the Musial Veterans is slow. Southbound 55 Arsenal down through Bates, bumper to bumper. Midway down from M through Highway Z is slow after that. I'm Roger Brand in the Michaels Flooring Outlet.com Traffic Center.
Hey, it's Jeff at Saks Financial. Over the last 15 years, we've been able to help our clients focus on the fundamentals and tune out the daily grind by putting a great retirement plan in place. If you don't have one, find out how to get started at retiresafestl.com.
If you owe the IRS, you have a legal issue, and you need the Lance Drury Law Firm. We'll protect your rights. Log on at lancedrurylaw.com.
Guys, I've been a customer of Supplement Superstores for 13 years now. And I got to tell you, there's a really great reason for that because I get the help that I need. And it's just easy, right? So first and foremost, Supplement Superstores has everything you need in terms of supplements, right? And they keep the best of the best. They're always on the cutting edge. They're always looking for the things that are new, that are better, that are something that's a step up from there before. And when they find it, it's going to be there for you. You will always have the things you need there. But more importantly, they've got the people there. All of the employees at Supplement Superstores are certified sports nutrition specialists and personal trainers. So when you go in, you'll say, I'm going to go in soon. I'm looking for the best creatine thing you have. And they're going to say, all right, how are you going to use that? What can we do to help you? Can we help you if you want to tweak your eating plan? Are there workout things you have questions about? They do all of that for no cost because they know it's all about results, right? And the supplements are part of it, but none of them do magic work. All of the supplements require you to do things the right way in addition to using them. They just make the process easier, and so do the employees. They're absolutely the best. So if you want to just, I said it the other day, I don't want to challenge you to do this, but if you're looking for help, just go in. You're going to get the help. You're going to make new friends because that's how it works when you're at Supplement Superstores, and you will get started down the path that you want to get on. So the simple way to do this is just go to supplementsuperstores.com.
During National Military Appreciation Month, we at University of Maryland Global Campus say thank you to the service members, veterans, and families who dedicate their lives to our country. We are deeply grateful. For over 75 years, UMGC has proudly served the military community, from installations overseas to the communities you call home. Wherever you serve, we stand with you. Learn more at umgc.edu/thanks. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chef.
I really need funding to expand my inventory.
Swish Funding can help you expand inventory, upgrade equipment, and boost your cash flow.
Well, okay, but I need funding fast.
Swish Funding provides funding from $25,000 to $2 million with payment terms tailored to your needs and cash in your account in less than 24 hours.
So what's the catch?
No catch. If you've been in business for at least 1 year with monthly revenue of $50,000, you could qualify. Just go to swishfunding.com to apply. That's swishfunding.com.
Welcome back, guys. DG Ask 350. I need a ruling.
Let's hear it.
So
Guilty.
we have a cake
Sorry.
at work for
Yeah.
Robert, our IT guy, who's moving on to bigger and better things. We wish him luck. And we got him a little sheet cake. And you know how cakes go. At first, people are cutting perfect little, squares. And then they just start kind of hacking.
Yep.
And I just wanted a bite. So what I did is I took a clean plastic fork, carved out a bite, took it, covered the cake back up, and I walked away.
Nothing wrong with that.
That's okay?
Yeah,
that's fine.
That's fine.
Why would that be weird?
It would be weird if you took a bite and then
Took
stuck
another
And then took another
yeah.
one, right? It would be the second bite where you broke protocol.
Yes.
Yeah.
Putting your spit on the cake.
I think people do that all the time. Maybe slice off a little piece, or they just, there's mine. That's it. All good.
Fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you used a fork, so good job.
Thank you.
I mean, it wasn't your hand.
Yeah,
so
if you just grabbed it. Well, I mean, honestly, it's probably okay, too.
Is it?
I mean,
I overheard Ranji offer one of our female co-workers $5 to eat the cake with her hands. And she goes, "That's not worth it to me." And he goes, "It's worth it to me." It's a classic Ranji.
Hence the offer.
Yeah. That's what I got for you.
Oh, man. I heard Ranj was ripping on us over Boogergate.
That's what somebody said on the stream.
What was he ripping us for?
I don't know. He said we were liars or something.
Yeah,
So
good thing.
it's his book. Whatever.
Good thing no one was listening.
Oh, maybe it
Oh. Andrew with the dagger.
He's going to have to call into the DGS if he wants anyone to hear it.
Well, that we just escalated the war.
Sure did. Yeah, well, I'm glad you had that line because he was going after you especially hard.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was. Well, of course, Andrew probably knew
as
that.
I was told.
Oh, you were told that?
Yeah.
Okay.
What did Andrew do wrong?
Yeah, why did you get dragged into this? Because you really weren't even a focal point of the Boogergate.
Who knows? I genuinely did not hear it and was not listening, so
Okay.
I don't know what he said.
They are definitely pushing the.
I don't mean any disrespect by it. I just wasn't listening. I was doing
Yeah,
other
they're
stuff.
definitely pushing the green grape theory.
I never for a second said it was Matt Pajeski.
No, that was
That's me.
And I don't think that it was a grape either, but I don't think it was a grape remnant.
But you do hope it was.
I hope, yes. I hope and I pray.
The only thing worse than a booger would be a booger that feels like a green grape. That's worse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
To be a grape consistency?
Well, it's yeah.
I'm also just curious, like, how was most people just eat the whole grape in
That's
one
a good
go.
point. Were you nibbling on the grape? Just like,
And even if you were nibbling, it's kind of a clean
Yeah,
bite.
I agree.
You know Pajeski eats grapes with a fork and a knife.
And it was on the back of the chair.
It's all prim and proper.
It was on
got a
the
little
rim
ascot.
of the front of the chair.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's where you wipe them.
That's where you
I was
wipe
gonna
them.
say,
Yeah,
like, that's booger wiping territory.
Yeah,
right
that's where
there.
you wipe them.
I don't even know why I made such a big deal out of it because that wasn't even close to being the grossest thing I've ever
You
seen
did
running
freak
this
out
board.
a little bit though.
Yeah, I did. I did.
That's pretty
let
good.
out a bit of a
No,
dry
Rachel,
sob.
That's pretty gross. I'm sorry, a booger.
Where did you put it?
I just and it like got off my hand.
It
like,
just fled?
Yeah, it just like zinged across the room.
It was as scared as you.
Everybody check their chairs.
The booger's like, a pretty girl. Oh, God.
The booger's more scared of me than I am of it.
Pick my feet off the ground. Could be scurrying around.
Well, I guess this is my new home. What the hell is this?
Oh my God.
Thank you, Janelle. We appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Tell you guys about Zero Res only. What is today? May what?
29th.
29th. So only a couple more days left in May for you to get in on the special. You don't have to get your carpets cleaned during this month. You can make the appointment and then have it done in June. I'm sure we'll have another great deal in June for you. The May deal is 3 rooms of carpeting, pre-treated and Zero Res clean at $129. $75 off your air duct cleaning. I will tell you that we're very busy right now, given spring cleaning and summer vacation and all that kind of deal. I reached out to them. They're coming out in a couple of weeks, so you want to get on the schedule is what I'm trying to say. We also do upholstery, the Archie Bunker chairs and couches we were talking about that are a little threadbare and worse for wear, maybe a little gamey. We can get those perfectly clean for you. 314-474-2020, ZeroResSTL.com.
You ever try fixing your car and realize you're missing that one part? Yeah, been there. That's why eBay's my go-to. They've got millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. I'm talking brake pads for when yours have seen one too many miles of stop and go. Oil filters, because you don't mess around with your engine care. Even got this cold air intake on my watch list. I might just go for it. To keep the ride cool and your DIY streak hot. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things. People. Love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Well, these polymers aren't as flexible as batch K3.
Researcher Laurie is stretched thin.
Did you get the vulcanization analytics from V66? Oh, wait, are these rubber scores from last week?
She needs to hire new lab technicians so she can bounce back into her old self.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our matching platform lets you spend less time searching